We live? Okay, hoo. Welcome to In Your Ear Radio After Dark Pop Up. We are here. We are live. It is evening in Vegas. The sun is still up, but it's going to get dark. Thank you for joining us. I'll give you guys a chance to hop on. It's going to be a fun night with the Day One crew. How y'all doing? Hope you guys can hear me. Say something in the chat if you can hear me. Um, Let me just make sure. It's been a while since I've done this, so you guys, we got to get adjusted here, but it's all good. Okay, all right. So welcome again to In Your Ear Radio After Dark. I don't know how long it's been, but I am your host, Latoya. I got some of my Day One crew. I got Miss Trish with me and Mr. Banks with me. Okay, I can see the viewers, the sound. I don't hear anybody complaining, so y'all can hear my voice. That's great. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna put on my eyes so I can see, make sure everything is working properly. Okay. All right. So we good to go. All right. So listen, we got a lot to talk about. So I want to just get into it. I want us to have a fun Saturday evening for those of you who just posted up. You're not out and all the festivities going on all around the world. Thank you for joining us. So let me bring in my Day One crew first and foremost. Hey, I see Kara. Okay, I see you in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a shout out. Let me know you can hear me. Good evening. Okay. So let me bring in one of my Day Ones. Y'all know her, the official swear jar creator, because she could just be on the show and just talk regular or whatever that means. She had to use colorful adjectives. So I was like, if you're gonna be cussing, okay, we're gonna have to get a swear jar. That way we can make some money or do something. And so she made one. Who does that? Who makes a swear jar? Let me go find it. Let me just go find it. So I don't know how she gonna act tonight, but let's bring on Miss Trish, my girl, my Day One. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can
Oh
you hear
yes. Okay.
me?
Cool. How you
Listen,
doing?
I am good, but I just want to give a little history about my colorful adjective.
Adjectives. Okay.
When I tell you my mother is the professor of all, she is the teacher of all the colorful adjectives. So I learn from the best.
You come from
And
cussing.
yes, I mean I've heard her say the most whoa out of line things, but listen, I'm mild compared to her. Trust me. I don't curse as much as she does.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what you're saying when you say that. But no, I think you said you have been improving, right? You've
I
been doing
am I
better.
am getting better. I'm improving, and I don't curse as much. But if I'm passionate about it, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah. And I'm doing worse because all the colorful adjectives, they just be coming out. They be just spilling out all over the place. I used to have a rule, like I didn't really cuss too much in front of men or children or my
I'm
elders. Now everybody can get some of these adjectives.
We gonna get this
know,
work.
you know, I, I know how to be conservative, but yeah, it's gotten worse. I think that happens with age too, right? That happens with age. Like you stop caring what other people think so much. You're trying to be so conservative because you don't know how much time you got. When you start realizing you don't know how much time you got, you start looking at life a little differently. You just gonna say what the hell you think, right?
Look at I said what
That's
I
what it
said.
is. Okay, that's just what it's gonna be. So let me go ahead and I'm still working with this. Like I said, I haven't been here in a while, but I'm gonna give you your applause. Welcome you back to In Your Ear Radio After Dark. And then also I want to go ahead and bring in one of our other Day Ones. Like I said, they're all not here, but y'all love y'all some I ain't gonna play with us for he like LL, make him tell him to lick his lips and that. I'm just gonna let him be his own self, okay? But I want to bring back one of my other Day Ones. He got his red cup. This Mr. GB in the building. How you doing over
What's
there?
happening? I'm good, man. I like them applause. I feel welcome.
Like it?
Miss
Yeah,
Toya, Miss Trish.
What
What's
up?
happening with y'all? How y'all doing?
Chilling.
happy, excited
Yeah,
to be here. Hey, what's up, Tasha? I see you
yeah.
in the chat too. Thank you for joining us.
We
Okay.
back in the house like quarantine. What's happening?
Woo!
I don't even need those kind of memories. Shit.
Man, y'all, we were here for it. Do you understand? We experienced all facets of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
It
You
was a good
know,
reality check, though.
yeah.
Seriously. I mean, not to go too far off into it, but I mean, it was a good experiment for them for everyone to see how everyone is going to react when the people say lockdown, lockdown. It get real.
Oh, he
So
gets real. He gets real.
unfortunately, yeah. How y'all doing? Though? Everybody good?
I can't complain. I'm not gonna complain. How about that? I could, but what's the
Sorry.
point? What's the point? Like,
Tears are salty. They cause high blood pressure.
what causes high blood pressure?
Tears. Ain't nobody got no time to be crying
Really? They say
and
crying
complaining.
is your spirit or whatever.
Yeah, I would think that it
I don't
cleans
do me no favors.
Yeah, but your tears are salty though, right? That's something I made up.
Do you actually taste your tears? What the hell? How you know they so much sweat?
Everybody know what tears taste like.
When you little, when you
Yeah.
young and you be crying and the tears.
Yeah.
No, they are.
It's kind of like you don't know what a booger smell like till you blow your nose.
What do a booger smell like? I've never smelled a booger. I didn't know booger had a smell. What the hell?
I'm not messing with you tonight.
Okay, what does a booger smell like? So somebody told me what space smells like, because I've never been in space, and someone who went to space came back and reported it smelled like a burnt cookie. So I have an idea what space smells like. A burnt cookie. What
kind of cookie? The peanut butter cookie or what?
I just pictured a chocolate chip. I just had my
when
own.
You said that,
that's what I envisioned, a burnt chocolate chip cookie. But now that you mentioned, it could have been oatmeal, it could have been peanut butter.
Yeah.
It could have been, a shortbread. That's messed up, because now you're messing up my whole scent. I had that chocolate chip. It's probably chocolate chip.
I like the peanut butter when you put the checkers with the fork in the middle. Old school.
Yeah, that's old school. Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah.
There's a jelly bean that has jelly bean. Wait a minute.
Jelly beans.
The taste of what?
That's what a booger tastes like?
Oh God.
What it say? Let me see. I don't see it.
Tell us, GB, because you.
Oh, you said what it smell like?
Smells like something. I said.
It's a very distinctive scent, an odor. I don't know.
So
I don't know. But I guarantee next time you blow your nose, you're gonna think about it.
I am, and I'm probably gonna try to smell. I don't know who else is, but I'm obsessed. And I say obsessed because when I say this to people, they're like, no, I don't do that. When I go to the restroom, this is TMI, but when I go to the restroom, I look at my stool and I look at my urine. I make sure the color's proper. Everything's out properly.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Okay, but some people say, and I'm like, why don't you? Like, how do you know if you're healthy?
I bet you realize you probably didn't chew that salad up enough too, huh?
It could be. It could be. Listen, some more TMI. I doing too much when I decided I needed to recover with some Tums and some Alka-Seltzer. And the next day, you do what humans do. I go to the number 2, and it's gray clay color.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I look at my stool and I make sure everything's proper. Because if it's too much, that's not good. If it's floating too much, that's not good. It needs to come out like a snake. If you're just getting little small squeezes of it, it means you having a lot of pressure on your intestines. If it's too loose, it could be too much water. No, not enough water. So it's like dehydration. When you have diarrhea and stuff like that.
I thought that's when it's solid, like really compressed.
That could be too. That's the other way. Just how your body works. But I have to Google it. This never happened to me, and I'm always thinking, okay, that means I'm gonna die because my stool is great, right? So I looked it up.
I'm in agreement with studying yourself, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter how disgusting it may be. But I believe in studying yourself. That way, nobody else has to study you. You know what I mean? And you don't have people being invasive into your space. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's crazy. Because if you don't have somebody in your life that's gonna be able to put some cream down there when you need it, because you might need some cream in a place you can't reach, right?
Where in the fuck is this?
Yeah.
We going to some places.
You might need some favors, man. You might need some favors, and your honeydew list get like that long.
That could be kind of, it could turn into something special. You know, you keep rubbing it, everybody get there. Ooh, baby, keep rubbing right
Oh
there. That's
my
right
God.
there,
Yeah,
right there. You never know
yeah.
how to work out. You know what I'm saying? So you
Y'all
learn
are
something
fun.
spring, but that's
No
true. That's what we
copay.
have to
And
think about. We're not getting younger. We getting older. We might need somebody to make
yeah,
on us. You
it
know?
get real.
Yeah.
I converse with a lot of older gentlemen, my eldermen, right?
Yeah.
And they give me some good advice. I don't even say good game. They give me good advice. And these brothers, they're retired or they're on their way to retirement. And they're not speaking from a place of a a, a, a polished player. You know what I mean? They speaking from a place of, hey man, if you got a good woman, hold on to her, appreciate her. You know what I mean? So they tell me good things like that, and I follow suit.
Yeah.
Sir, yes sir, and I do what I'm supposed to do to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, because looking at their situations and whether they're in a marriage or not, or they're single, however it may be, they have enough information to give me. They have enough experience to give me to say, hey man, you want to be able to have somebody in your life
Yeah.
that's going to take care of you because you take care of them. Because it get real.
Yeah.
After all the money, yeah, after all the money and all the flashy things, it get
Yeah.
really real when you're dealing with copay and insurance, and it's real.
It's real. I
I
mean,
know
we
that's
don't.
way off topic, but I
No,
got this red cup,
listen, that's right on
yeah,
topic. But I'm
sipping
just going
slow with my
to
pinky out,
back. I know y'all like, what happened? You had gray stool. What happened? Like you Googled it. What happened? So I need
yeah,
y'all to know that I Googled it and I'm still gonna live. And basically I had
I'm gonna live.
different it was saying how your bile. I mean, the bile wasn't producing because something from your bile creates the color. So I was like, oh my god, my bile's not working. That's not true. But the bottom line was, what worked for me was I had eaten Tums and did the Alka-Seltzer to recover from a hangover, and so that can also cause it. So those one of the symptoms, and that was definitely mine because that's exactly what I did, and I haven't had that issue. But just so you know, if you have gray stool, if you've taken Tums or Alka-Seltzer, that could be why. But I'm just letting you know. But no, for real, because these are conversations we need to have, though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
real life.
because and the thing is, why you said it, we're gonna come full circle with it because nowadays I'm being called an OG, and like you said, you listening to the OG because
Yeah,
once you live
definitely.
long enough, you had lived experiences. A wise man or a wise woman is not gonna waste their time telling you nothing wrong because their days left here may not be long. Shout out to Betty
Yeah,
White. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
when they speak to you, they're gonna tell you truth. They're gonna tell you wisdom. You can do what you want to with it, but they're not gonna waste time lying to you if you
yeah,
don't really understand life and how precious it is and how important it is to get through it without making all those mistakes. But somebody
Yeah.
called me an OG. I think it was my younger brother. The first person was like, yeah, the OG. And I'm like, OG? Like, yeah, OG?
yeah. That's what's up.
To the OG. So, I had
You
to
know
fall
what?
back for a minute on it.
People been calling me auntie lately. I kind of
Really?
I like it
Yeah,
though.
Auntie, you like it? So
that's
how you feel
dope.
about OG? You good with it?
They haven't called me that yet.
Okay.
When I think of an OG, I just think of a male, and I don't
Really?
know why that is, but I do. I think of a male. But
Well, can I say something to that? I
Yeah.
don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to say I used to tell people all the time, hey man, my mama my OG.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So yeah, it's not gender specific, so don't feel like that. If I were you, don't feel like that.
all right,
OG stands
Yeah,
for original gangster. You know what I'm
I
saying? We
understand
come
that.
from
I
this. You know what I'm saying?
understand
We
that.
come from this cloth. We can teach people a little something that they just now experience and we didn't already done it. So we can give
Yeah,
them
yeah.
information. But just to be called that, it's like I got a real title. Like I got that's a stripe on my jacket,
that's dope. Yeah.
But it was just reflecting
I
like
also I
go
also
ahead.
wanted to tell you too, Miss Trish. I think y'all some dope grandparents. That's nice. I like that.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
I
Yeah,
love my new
yeah.
grandbaby. She can do no wrong.
That's cool. Yeah,
No
My
that's
wrong.
girl.
cool.
No
We
wrong.
love each other.
So y'all in the chat, in your ear radio after dark. Thank you for joining us. Which I know some of y'all OGs out there, or y'all up there to that level where people are calling you that, or maybe auntie, pop. I mean, some of y'all got grandkids, all of that. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like y'all transition into an era where we passing the torch? You know what I'm saying, to the next generation? Where I don't know. I mean, what are we doing? We got our own thing. Are we dressing different? Do we feel like there's a fine line between us and our children? Because that's the next generation behind us, right? Like, what's the
Yeah.
difference? It's like, how do you feel? Like me, I'm embracing it. I don't like, the slow movement of stuff. Like if you stretch and then you get your calf be like hurting for no reason. Calf is hurting because you stretch. Like,
Yeah,
and that, I feel like I'm aging gracefully and I've learned a lot, and I'm grateful for the wisdom to be able to use that and
yeah.
continue in life. So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the chat though.
I'll tell you, I can't wear high heel shoes no more. Not
What?
for a long period of time. Mm-mm. And that was quarantine, COVID. I
Yeah,
worked at home for
exactly.
over a year. I walked around the house barefoot.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? For a
yeah.
whole year.
Yeah.
And then when I started putting them shoes back on, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Flops for a minute. I'm a heel lady, but I did come down on my heels. So I don't, go as high. I think I'm always going to wear heels. I'm just going to go, I probably them kitten heels like the church ladies when I'm like
Yeah.
90, maybe 90. But I still love my heels, but in the house, you're right. You get comfortable and your feet not really with it. Yeah, shout out to Rick. He said, somebody called him the OG. He look at it as a form of respect. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like an award. Like you never expect nobody to call you. That's when they do. You look at them like they look at you a certain way. Like, and then you feel like there's a sense of responsibility too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that. Yeah. So the OG. Speaking of, the Freaknik. Some of the OGs was at the Freaknik. Shout out to the Freaknik. Shout out to the Freaknik. When dang, this is so many memories. Did you go to the Freaknik church ever?
Hell fuck no. And I'm not worried about me being in no documentary. No.
Hey, but would it not be a teachable moment though?
To say they seen me.
What you mean by that?
What?
A teachable moment.
I mean, wouldn't it be a teachable moment? You see what I'm saying? Like everybody got a pass. We all got a pass. We all done something that we was like, damn, yeah, that was me. You know what I mean? But wouldn't it be a teachable moment to another young lady or even a young man who may be about to experience that, or maybe they be going through that, and you could say, well, this is what I went through, and this is how I came out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ain't got to hide our scars. They history lessons.
Shit, nowadays though, you get canceled for your past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so sad that it seems like the cancel culture doesn't allow for growth.
But okay, so that's a good topic. What is the cancel culture? It's like, who subscribes to that? You see what I'm saying?
Us, Black people.
And that's sad, man.
I know, it really is.
Hey, because look, watch this. In real life, it's so strong, but it's only so strong within us because everybody. If you go in Walmart, the most people you're gonna see in there is us, and Walmart been so disrespectful to us, right? So what? What you mean? What?
I mean,
in real life,
Walmart a lot, but I can't say that we the majority as a minority.
Man, look, I'm just saying, it's sad. That's just an example, and no, I don't have no respect for them. So yeah. Anyways. I just feel like they do stuff and then we speak about it and we make a whole rah. Did you see that? They got a wig called Nigger Brown and they got this and that. We ain't going there no more. And then as soon as Thanksgiving roll around, they go to get their smoked turkey wings from up there.
Yeah. Cancel culture. What did I hear somebody say that you can't cancel somebody that's not really out there? You know what I'm saying? Well, no, if you opposite, other way around. Like if you real big, you can't be canceled. Like who gonna check me, boo? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're already small, then you can be forgotten, basically.
Yeah. I feel like that about Dave Chappelle. I mean, people are constantly trying to cancel him. Yeah. He will never be canceled to me.
This is how I look at it too, and I agree with what both y'all saying. I look at it like this: only way they can break you is if they make you, right?
Yeah.
So only people that can cancel you is the people that pay your bills. You see what I'm saying?
Well, shit, the entertainers.
And it was called blacklisted, right?
So what?
It was called blacklisted, now it's called cancel. In that respect, people that can sign your checks and that can move you.
That's different. That's different. I mean, I'm not the person that go to work and be at work all day talking about I hate being at work all day because my employers can cancel me, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
But if I'm self-employed, I do what I want to do. Only people I got to worry about is my consumers, my customers. Now, if I deal with them in a disrespectful way, then I expect for them to no longer, because the power is in the dollar. I expect for them to no longer spend with me. That's how you get canceled, when you no longer spend with that person.
Speaking of going to work, I mean, I think it's so embarrassing because everybody knows that you need money. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in my corny jokes too for those who
Everybody know you need money.
listen. But Freaknik, I heard. I'm just listening to the conversation. Just mentioning Freaknik, everybody's saying like you shouldn't be ashamed. That's your past. Everybody's
Yeah.
negative. But for the two people that haven't gone, the one person that did go with a group of respectable young ladies, we had a great time. Like I smile when I think about Freaknik. I am so excited that we're going to be getting together soon and exchanging photos and just reminiscing because Freaknik was, brought to from college students. You know what I'm saying? These were the college kids who probably couldn't afford to go back home, or maybe they didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? And that was what it started back in what I want to say in the 80s, late mid 80s, 83. But when I went, it was 10 years later. But
so you might be in the documentary because they going in '94.
I haven't. Wait, say that again.
I think it's 94 is where they're going to put it.
But here's the thing. Just what I'm leading to is we had
Statute of limitations.
Like we did the Bankhead bounce. We went to different clubs. Like we saw a lot of wild stuff. But us as a family, the women, the ladies I was with, the respectful ladies, we had a good time. We didn't do anything that I don't think any of us would be ashamed of. I mean, it was some fun stuff where you had to go. It might have happened in the parking lot. I'm not going to ever mention who that might have been, but I'm just saying it wasn't wow. You know what I'm saying? It was just fun to me. It wasn't wild. It was fun. I wouldn't be ashamed of it. The only thing is, when we did go, people did take pictures of us. We'd be in groups. They see a group of pretty ladies. Hey, let me take a photo. We 20 years old, 21, whatever, how we were teenagers. We weren't. We just cheese. So if that's what you're going to see in a documentary, I didn't sign off on that, but you're not going to see nothing that's going to be like, oh my God, you're just going to see a cute, much, a little thinner lady, smiling hard, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I used to cheese. I was having the time of my life, not the time of my life now, but it was just a little bit more carefree. You really wasn't thinking about, life insurance and, AARP and OG. That kind of stuff. But I don't think people should frown on
and gray stool.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was a carefree life. We got to see. And one of the things for me, I'm from West Coast Vegas. Going to Atlanta is all black. You pull up to the Popeyes, it's black. You pull up to the grocery store, it's black. The restaurant. You get sweet tea when you pull up to any fast food. We wasn't used to that. You know what I mean? So I embraced the whole thing, and I'm very excited to see the documentary. I'm kind of like gonna be clenching my pearls because I don't know what other people might have fear. I have no fear,
Good, you're in a good place, but people already putting their
you're in a good place.
Yeah,
I'm putting disclaimers out. Look, that was my past. I ain't that person no more. I'm like, damn, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah, so I think it's more comedy. Like I'll go along with it because it's funny because it's the title, Freaknik. So I mean, if my child came to me, if I had like a 18-year-old said, "Mom, we going to Freaknik this summer," I'd be like, "You know what?" But I know, it's different now. And they did shut it down. So I'm like, what happened that was different? Because I was telling somebody that I don't remember any police officers. Like we would literally be on the freeway in Atlanta, just pulled over, girls twerking, guys doing whatever, car doors open, loud music. Like that, obviously was illegal, but nobody came over. Nobody was supervising us. They let us be teenagers and college students. And that's what made it so fun. You know what I'm saying? We could just let our hair down and enjoy each other.
What season is Freaknik normally? Did they frequent it?
In April, I think it's in April. Spring.
April, spring break, right?
Spring break.
So think about it. It could have been economic. Like it could have been competing with Fort Lauderdale. Because that was like a big thing for spring break back in the day. So was it? Nah, you can't have none. Nah. So think about how, if they are considering how much money they were missing in Fort Lauderdale, and they're like, well, these people over here, they doing this, man, and it's thousands of people, and it's continuing to grow. So they may have focused on quote unquote criminal activity to get
I never heard
get a reason to shut it down. But
it didn't happen, right? But I never heard of any deaths or killings. I
never heard of that either.
I think it was more behaviors.
behavior.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of babies came out of Freaknik.
Yeah,
that part.
pretty
Yeah.
babies made, but you
Yeah.
know, other Freakniks was majority white people. I'm sure it gets
Yeah.
wild too. So
Shout out to Jerry Springer, man. He was the original. You are not the father.
Man, Jerry was always
I used to want to go on a
Yeah.
Jerry Springer show when I was in high school. That was my
Did
thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to be
TT Dog. Hey, TT Dog was on Jerry Springer, man.
He was.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember.
I
Yes,
saw
sir.
it on
We had a
YouTube
auntie.
not too long ago. That shit was hilarious.
We
You
had
gotta send me that link for real. You
that's how
gotta send me that link.
go. Once you have a relative on there, you know their age.
We made it.
But Jerry Springer wasn't real. It was like wrestling. It was like WWE, right? That's what
Right.
it was.
But I think the Jerry Springer show effed up a lot of empathy in the culture.
A lot of what?
That's a good point of view. I like that. Yeah.
I do. Like people just didn't hear shit about nothing no more after that came out. You know, people sleeping with this person. Oh, I slept with my sister's husband and all that. It just
and fighting.
The morals just went out the window.
They started doing it in real life. When
in real life.
When life imitates art. You know what I mean? Like they were doing it for fun and people started doing it like for real.
And that's the problem.
They trying to go viral. That was the original.
Did more bad than good.
Yeah.
He was the original going viral right there.
Yeah.
That's the
I knew people, like I worked in the office at the time, right? So I knew this woman, it was a sister too. But every day at 9 o'clock, she would disappear for an hour. She would disappear. And when she came back, she came one day. I finally asked her, I was like, man, you know, what's happening? She was like, I got to go see Jerry Springer.
What?
I'm like, damn. She would disappear. Every day Jerry Springer came on, she was gone.
Oh, she was watching the show.
She would go watch the show. Yeah. You know, this way before smartphones and all that. It's like 97, 96. Yeah.
No, I was with Jerry Springer though, but that's before I
never watched it.
Real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I just started to realize it was fake, and then I got turned off. It's like wrestling to me now. Like I can't watch wrestling. It's just a whole acting debacle going on, and I'm just not with it. All right, y'all in the chat, let us know how you feel. You know, did you watch Jerry Springer? Was y'all into that show? You know, Jerry Springer did spearhead some drama, some real drama, some fake drama too. And it did spill into reality because people don't know how, you know, we talked about that, right? The OGs, you know, they give us some real spill, but if you got people on here that's giving you fake stuff, it's obvious people are going to imitate whatever you give them. Some of us, you know, are wise enough to chew up the meat and spit out the bones. We know what to take in. And then others, we say, well, if they doing it, then it must be okay. So we're going to do it. So yeah. So I don't know if that's a good reputation to have, but you know, he kind of part of the culture, right? He part of the culture. Look, we need to get us a drink word, y'all. So I hope y'all got your drink, vodka and cranberry.
So the drink word is every time you hear it, because I ain't been around in a minute. So every time you hear the drink word, you got to take a drink.
Yeah.
But I've been drinking though, so I'm way ahead of y'all.
Tasha said Jerry was not allowed in her home. What?
I heard that. That that wasn't right. That shit wasn't right. But
my kid around.
Wasn't right.
I was a kid.
It just created a lot of heartless, moralist, ethicless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did get like I said.
And then Maury picked up the torch and ran with it.
Yeah.
It kind of got old, you know, for me once, you know, because once it started insulting my intelligence, and I realized, like I said, it was fake. I was like, okay, this is some BS. But
I thought Geraldo did that though.
Geraldo was kind of deep, though. He was
have some real stuff.
Yeah, y'all remember when he had the mafia members on there and the informant, and then they start fighting, and Geraldo's nose got broke? I was laughing.
I do remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
But Ricky Lake started. Did Ricky Lake start before Jerry?
Yeah. Ricky Lake and what's the lady name?
He devalued talk show. Jerry came in and devalued.
Like Miller Highlights.
Donahue, like I come from the Donahue area. Donahue was
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Sally Jesse, damn. What's the other lady name? She was younger though. It was a younger lady. I was just watching some on YouTube with they were talking about Tupac in the passing of Tupac.
Yeah.
She had a bunch of guests on there. What was her name? It wasn't Ricky Lake. It was another lady. Jenny something Jenny.
Oh,
Jenny
it was
Jones.
Jenny
Who?
Jones.
Jones.
Jenny Jones. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot about her. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was disappointed when she left, but she was kind of, she reminded me of what Kelsey. What is her name? The other girl that does comedy, but she was more like she was with the culture, kind of like with the
Yeah.
conversation. And
I think
just
I think they pulled the plug on her when she had the male guy tell the other male that he was his secret crush or something like that, and then he went and killed him. And then made
Oh, yeah. See, he got a
Yeah.
memory like an elephant. When I opened my first two shows, when I introduced him on the first show back when I was on what was that? Oh my goodness, help me out. But my the first radio platform I was on. That's what I said about this guy. Vegas
So
Raw.
Vegas Raw, yeah.
Actually, no. Before then, was it? Were you on the platform before? Okay, Vegas Raw. He has a memory like an elephant. Who remembers that? I remember that incident. Now that he brought it up, that's what. Nowadays, that wouldn't have got her canceled, but that got her canceled.
Yeah, it'll made the ratings go through the roof after that. But
yeah, that's what they want, that controversy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
TV is something else. Like you can watch, you can poison yourself or educate yourself, enrich yourself, or whatever you want to do a la carte now. You can just go to any platform and kind of just set up your own viewing experience when it comes to TV. Like when people say they don't watch TV, but they say they watch Netflix, I'm like, that's the same thing to me. Like I understand what you're saying, but you use a TV to watch it or you use your phone but that's what television is. It's just a computer or a source to be able to see visual, whatever you watching. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Yeah.
It's so much going on. You mentioned Tupac and Dear Mama. Have you guys watched that?
I'm about to. Yeah. That's gonna be like a Sunday program for me.
Yeah, I kind of want to binge watch that too. I was listening to an interview. Some guy, I think he helped with the production, and he was just saying, I got a different perspective from him, just from what he was saying, which is something I thought about Tupac anyway. He said that he was a chameleon. He was coming from the life he was a Gemini. Y'all know them Gemini.
I think they're all chameleons, though. You know what I mean?
Huh?
They're all chameleons. Gemini? They definitely do adapt to whatever environment they're in.
And that's what he talked about, because he talked about different aspects of his life, growing up with a mother who was part of the Black Member Party. And like, even when he was a youth, when he would get in trouble, his mom would have him debate a situation. Like, you got to read it now, debate to me why you think this, that, and the third. And I'm like, that's some damn raising. I wish I would have known to do this with my child. Like, and you tell me why. We're going to have a freak, because I'm an intellectual, so we could have had fun. We could have just been in the house debating. But that's one of the things that he learned from his mom. That was his punishment, to be able to debate a situation.
Freedom of expression. Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
You're teaching him to articulate himself. Like, feel how you feel, but mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom would tell me, you better mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Say it like you mean it. Live it like you mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't gonna tell me not to do it, but if you gonna do it right, move it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. And he also mentioned how he was in arts. So he studied, we knew that, right? That he studied acting and arts and things of that nature. He was into Shakespeare. He liked Shakespeare. I've heard him say that before. But he was coming at the women in a different angle. And he said just coming through that experience for him taught him a different way to approach women. Remember Dear Mama? I'm not Dear Mama, but even before that, Brenda had a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was real sentimental, always been poetic. Even, at the end of his journey here, he still had, in his 20s, still had poetry and things of that nature, and was still working on different things. But I like the fact that he was soft. And like some people don't know, I had an opportunity to hang out and meet him, for a short period of time during a video recording, and he was very respectful to me and my girls. Once again, my freaking crew, what up, though? What up? He wasn't trying to holler at us. He like, sit down, do y'all want something to drink? Like, he wasn't acting like a star. He was offering us stuff. Do y'all want something to drink? Snoop was there too. They were very respectful. Nobody was, being disrespectful or talking to us in any rude way. So I saw a side of him that I respected as a man too. So, I like that. But then he had that other side where he was wild. We saw him fighting in a casino, but he shot up the police officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand him though. You know what I'm saying? I understand him because
Two things can be true.
Right, because you're not with that injustice type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't happen. Like I'm gonna live my life. You can live your life, but you're not gonna be disrespectful. And I'm not with the injustice. Like if I see injustice, I'm definitely gonna protest. Right. So yeah. We need a drink word, y'all. So
Have somebody put it in the chat,
no, put it in the chat, y'all. Put your comments in the chat. What's the drink word of the night?
and hopefully they drinking too.
Yeah, I hope y'all
Yeah,
got y'all drink and
get your
y'all 2
drink, get
cents.
your drink, and sit down and chat with us.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna probably check that out this weekend. I think it's gonna be sentimental. I'm looking forward to it. What about that Wu-Tang series though? Y'all seen that?
I've been on that. Not
Oh,
at all. Not at all. Why
Not.
not? Why not?
I'm caught up in so many different things right now.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't even add nothing else to my plate. I think you sent something about beef or something. I can't.
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
that's good too.
Can't do it. It's too much.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a lot.
Coming up, so I'm gonna binge watch that.
You said what's coming up?
Bel Air is the shit.
Oh,
Watch Bel Air.
I just watched. I just caught up with that today. I just finished Power today, or Ghost, and then Bel Air. I caught up with that, and then I caught up with what you call it too, Snowfall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to watch all. I've never seen any of the Snowfalls. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait to watch it all of the series when I'm on the airplane on my way to Africa.
Yeah, you got time. Yeah.
My mind on the airplane because I hate to fly.
How many hours is a flight?
It's like 24 hours of flying.
24 hours?
Hey,
Y'all gonna have a
where y'all
club?
flying? Where y'all flying out from? JFK or what?
LA to London,
Oh.
then London to there.
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
I hate flying. Hate it.
I don't like doing that either.
You don't like flying?
No, not at all.
Like
not at all. That's not normal.
Oh,
I want to be like I dream. I don't want to drive. I don't want to fly. I want to wiggle my nose and pop up.
That part. Can that just happen?
All that pressure and all that time.
Well, maybe, in the coming years dealing with AI, you'll be able to just send a representative.
Listen, that AI shit is scary.
Of course. Hell yeah. People thought the hologram was cool, but now it just got real on them. Yeah.
I never liked the hologram. That's creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah.
They have it to where they can like mimic your voice. And so they'll call your grandmother or your husband or wife or whatever, pretending to be you, saying, these people have me, I need some ransom money.
Yeah.
That's scary shit.
So y'all remember, like, we were kids who I watched cartoons, or I saw a couple of sci-fi movies where the quote unquote robots, they called them androids, and they would like go against the humans, right? And they were smart enough to compete with humans, even on an intellectual level. And so now we living in those times, and it's just like
we all carrying androids.
It's like, what you gonna do? Yeah. They've effectively created something that's going to wipe out the human race, and humans created it. It's like, look at the irony of that.
That's crazy.
But they're going to destroy themselves. These people that are creating all of this madness, they're building their own demise.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI is scary to me. Like, I'm always constantly fighting. I still say I'm an analog world and a digital world. I'm always trying to revert back to not having, the mark of the beast. Because people say, "Oh, I'm not getting a chip in my hand."
Yeah, that's the chip.
It's a chip in my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Godfather of Harlem is dope too.
Let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? So AI is real. You got the deep fakes now. Like, people can imitate your voice. Somebody could come on looking just like me. When we talk about intellectual property, this we don't own. Anything that we're posting on these platforms that we don't own. We don't own Instagram. We don't own Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. All these platforms do not belong to us. We did not create them. So we don't have, they're not we don't own them. So people, if they want to, they can do whatever they want. Who's to say how many people going to be getting locked up? It's a lot of, people locked up right now for things they didn't do. But just create a person and say, see, that was him. And how you're going to need like a technical person, somebody who went to college and knows how to differentiate between a robot and a human, and say that's not really him. DNA is not going to be, your DNA is going to be some computer chip system that's going to have to say that's not you. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be your blood. It's going to be tapping into a computer. I don't know. It's just too much.
Your carbon footprint.
Carbon footprint. Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't go anywhere without being traced. You can't do anything without being tracked. So when people say, "Oh, I'm not getting a market of bees," oh, yeah, I ain't gonna claim it, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is among you.
It's among us for sure.
Yeah.
And it's scary. All right, y'all, in the chat. Okay, after dark, we lit, we live, we got our drink. We need a drink of the evening. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not raising youngsters in this time. You know, even though I got nieces and nephews and nephews that are coming up.
Especially when they get to drive and
yeah. Amen. Yeah.
I remember having to give my son that talk before it was even a thing. You know what I mean? And we were out of state at the time, so it had nothing to do with driving. It was just living your life. You know what I mean? Getting off the school bus or whatever. And it's just like we shouldn't even have to have that conversation. But it's just if you think about it, it's really a reiteration of being respectful. You know what I mean? And it's like how your mama used to say before you walk in Kmart or whatever, like, don't touch nothing in this damn store.
Okay.
You're not getting nothing. We're not going by the toy aisle. We're not doing none of that. We're just going to get these corduroys and we're getting up out of there.
Right.
That's how it go. But
if you was raised right, that's how it was. Because you had
I was. I was like, I was raised right. I made some crazy decisions on my own, but yeah.
I knew not to ask because I wasn't trying to get in trouble. Like,
but then
asking for stuff. Like, ooh.
Then I just walk through and just touch everything I ain't supposed to touch anyway. Just knock everything off. Just da-da-da.
Badass.
I already know I got that fade coming. It's like, whatever, man. I just wanted some ice cream from Thrifties. That's all I wanted. But okay.
It might as well be worth it, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it worth it.
Shout out to Tasha. She said she watching Godfather of Harlem.
I like that too. Yeah.
And I loved it, but then it went, I don't know, I think I had to pay for it and I was just feeling petty. So
they baited you in.
That's how they did me with Peacock, but I don't mind paying the $5. I just,
I like Forrest Whitaker. What y'all think about Forrest Whitaker? He's been around for a while.
Brilliant actor. I love him. Brilliant.
He's passionate. Yeah.
Did y'all know he has like a brother that really looks a lot like him?
No, it's his eye. He got a good eye.
Yeah.
He got what?
No, seriously, he's in something else. Like he plays, and I always thought it was Forrest because they kind of look alike.
Yeah.
You know? His eye getting better, but
so he can...
his brother.
Okay, like, y'all goofy.
Oh shit! They got that prescription Vaseline. No, sir. Forrest Whitaker is a dope actor, though. That he's dope.
Yes.
All the way back to like Jason's Lyric and all that. He was dope.
Yeah.
Check out the Wu-Tang series though, because the RZA, I think the directing.
Yeah.
So he deserves the BET Award, the NAACP Award, all of the Black awards. I can't Soul Train. I know it's more out there. Yeah. You know, the Grammy, all of them, because it was so creative. It was so creative, and he manifested it. Sometimes it's hard to get what's in here out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he did it in a way that I'm just like, you know, chef's kiss to him. And I just hope if he hasn't, because I don't know, I haven't followed to see, but I hope he gets, and the team, all the actors. Oh, the ODB. One thing I did learn though, ODB stand for fatherless. He said he came up with that name, Old Dirty Bastard, because he was a fatherless son.
Oh,
like how he thought he was innovative in his thinking, but it was dumbed down. You know what I'm saying? Like to the ground level innovation. It was ground level innovation. ODB. He was real smart, but he kept it, you know, at a level. I'm gonna say like my OG Joe Madison would say, where the ghost could get it. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody could understand where he was coming from when he said it. So ODB, I miss him. He was crazy as hell.
ODB was crazy, yeah.
Fatherless child. That's what it was. Yeah.
Ken Whitaker. That's
his brother.
Oh, man, I've never heard of him. I don't think I have.
He was in Life.
Oh,
Really?
really? Yeah. What role did he play? Cause that's like one of my favorite movies. It got to be like my
I
favorite movie.
watched it the other day.
Yeah.
I can
Like?
watch that every
Yeah,
day
everybody
about
loves
Tell,
Ray's
Light.
tell him about
Boomer.
the gun line, boss. Tell him about the gun line, boss.
Yeah, everybody loves Light.
I can watch that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
I
my
think
shit. Yeah.
Murphy is
Yeah.
one of the best actors.
Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
Oh yeah, he crazy with it.
that's my fave.
Super creative.
Very
Don't
talented.
even want no meal no more.
They say Ghosts. Ghosts. The movie Ghost or the series? Because Ghost have its own series from Power.
Power? Are you talking about Power
Yeah,
or
with Tariq.
Patrick Swayze and Whoopi?
What was the song? I can't think. I ain't even try to sing it now.
What's our drink word, you guys?
They ain't put it in the chat.
A drink word for us?
I
They
think
ain't put it.
I think it should just be like Vegas or something.
Vegas?
But we
Yeah,
ain't said it. We ain't said it
somebody
enough.
put something in. Like, what have we been talking about a lot?
Listen, we catching up on a lot of things. We didn't talk about AI, deep fakes. We didn't talk about some stuff we've been trying to binge watch. Tupac, Wu-Tang,
50 Cent is the brilliant
the
producer.
Freaky.
Yeah. Okay, I do have a thing with that though. It's like he has a lot of love scenes in Ghost.
Oh shit. Okay, let's
I haven't
go.
watched it, so
Let's go there. Because there are some where I have to.
I cover my eyes. I put it like that.
It's
Really?
different. And I'm just
I
like,
do this.
You
I'll
cover
be
your
like,
eyes?
yeah.
on
You don't do
some
like
of
the
the
kids,
love
they be like, I
scenes.
can't watch this. Look, I can't watch
Some
it.
of the love scenes are a little different.
I'll be like, come on, man. You know.
But it's real life.
I will say that though. Shout out Genuine Pose. Yeah, 50 Cent is brilliant. He found his niche and he riding that out, and I ain't mad
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah, he's supposed to too. And you know, he does a celebrity crown thing too. I haven't checked that out yet.
He keep coming up with stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him on the Celebrity Crime?
Yeah. What, Monica is the host on there?
Okay, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
I did watch that. I thought I was recording it, but I haven't seen any more shows, so I didn't know it was still on.
Yeah.
I done missed out on some stuff.
The most brilliant thing that he does, and I'm just gonna give him a shout out for this, and more people should do this. He'll have the finale of one of his shows on the same day as the premiere of another one of his
That's
shows.
how you stay hooked. It's like crack. I mean, I never had crack.
I don't know what crack feels like, but it gotta be.
I imagine that's what it's like based on how people act when they own it.
Yeah.
You just keep getting it.
And so can we give a nod to wait, did y'all see the Lorenz Tate interview with Earn Your Leisure?
No.
Not yet.
Y'all gotta check that out. I want to give a shout out to Lorenz Tate, Method Man, Mary J. Blige. Like, they really doing their thing on that show too.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
I love.
Was he talking about the show, or what was he talking about?
Just in general, but on that show right there, man, they really handling their business with the action chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's believable. I put it like that. It's believable.
He's a good actor too, Lorenz Tate. Yeah. I mean, think about it. He
Well,
went from
yeah,
a lover
right.
boy. He went from a thug with them dookie braids, to a lover boy. He was believable.
He played the shit out of that part. That's when I start loving Lorenz Tate in Minister Society.
Really?
Yeah.
I hated him then.
I loved him in that.
Why did his mama have him?
These motherfuckers will smoke your cousin. You
was
have
too much. He was a menace to society. You can't go to the movies. You can't go to a house party.
That was the best movie ever.
Yeah, and everybody I knew in my age bracket, like everybody wanted to be O Dog.
Yeah.
Everybody. Seriously, everybody wanted to be O Dog because he was that dude, huh?
Ain't that bad though? Because O Dog was like reckless. It wasn't like
if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, like from where we sit now, you know, we in our 40s, right? So if you look back, 30 years ago, it's like, hell no, you don't even want that little dangerous dude around you. But back then, it's like, no, he's the one you need to know. This is the one you need to be cool with because he got your back. He got your back, and he, like you say, he ain't letting shit ride. It's going down.
He's what a goon is. That's what we call a goon. We didn't use that term back then, but he was a goon.
He's pressing the line, pressing play on everything, and nobody really like gravitated to Kane because he was like too compassionate. We viewed him And so I'm just saying
I
we
gravitated
I'm,
to Kane because
what
Kane
I'm
was
saying is we
nice.
view Kane as being too nice, too soft. He like no, he gave too many passes. Like even having a conversation like, "Are we supposed to fight over this girl?" Like, no, you're supposed to get it cracking. Like, yeah, shells, keep it moving. But nah,
Kane in that movie was all right with me.
You know, because I felt like he had a conscience. He was just misled, and
yeah, exactly,
he had friends that he couldn't just depart from because
right.
they grew up together. You know what I'm saying? You can't have responsibility for the way somebody else
Yeah,
decides to be in life. You know what I'm saying?
and
It's hard
he
to
was
break.
raised by his grandparents too, so that made a difference. You
Exactly,
know what I
and
mean? So
they was like,
it made a
it
difference.
broke my heart when they put him out. Though I was like, dang, that's tough love. But that's
They
what they were
told him, you
supposed
got
to
to
do.
go.
You can't live here.
Yeah,
Go. Like they come from the era where they had to fight to vote, fight to be able to walk through the front door, and here y'all
yeah,
over here in neighborhoods killing each other over what? Over what? Some stuff you
yeah. It
don't
didn't
own.
make sense.
They
Yeah.
It
couldn't
didn't
get
make sense.
it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they were still putting their foot down, and I respected that. But Kane, yeah, I could ride with. Yeah, but the
I
other one,
So even look at his grandparents, right? So this one, like a light bulb went off in my head too, right? It wasn't what Kane went through with his grandparents, but just look at his grandparents for an example. Like, so we in Vegas, right? So
okay.
most of our grandparents migrated here from the South, either like, by way of Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Alabama, wherever, somewhere down there, Texas, somewhere down there in the country in the South. Everybody migrated west because there was new opportunities, there was land, it was quote unquote less racism. But but when they came out here, whether they were blood related or not, because we all came through the same route, we considered each other family, right? So when we said cuz of blood, we meant it, but it had nothing to do with a geographical area, had nothing to do with a color of a bandana, right?
Yeah.
So, eventually people picked and choose where they wanted to live and where they wanted to settle, where they wanted to reside, and have kids and all of that, which became neighborhoods, right? So now their kids are known as, oh, you one of the Johnsons, you one of the Smiths, you such and such. So they growing up, they were addressed by who their parents were, who their lineage was, right? The next generation, it was, oh, that's such and such, they from Northtown. Oh, that's such and such, they from the West Side. That's
Yeah.
such and such. So you see how it got minimized? You see what I'm saying? So we completely lost our identity. So if you think of Kane's grandparents and they come from that and they're like, wait a minute, y'all out here tripping like that. And I probably know these people. I probably know the grandparents of the people y'all tripping with. It's really a phone call away. It's a conversation. Sit down like, hold on, man. So technically we like second or third cousins. Why we acting like this?
We grew up not
You know what I
wanting to
mean?
embarrass our parents.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I had my time, I had my days, right? Being confused, walking around, stumbling and not knowing what's what and not trusting them, put my back against the wall and knock down whatever moving.
Yeah.
But then I had a light bulb moment too. It's like, wait a minute. Damn, man, my auntie went to school with his auntie. My mama know his mama. You know what I mean? My daddy and his daddy, they was friends back in the days. And then I started asking more questions and it was like, okay, this shit don't make sense. You know what I mean? It don't make sense. So again, going back to the movie, even though it was art, but it's imitating life. Look at Kane's grandparents, and they like this shit right here is unacceptable. And
Yeah.
I tip your sweat jar wherever it said, but this shit here is unacceptable, and you got to get a long way from around here with all that.
You got a virtual share square?
Yeah,
Look,
y'all better hurry up because they
I know
finna
I said
cancel.
cuss
They
words.
finna cancel Cash App and Zelle, so y'all better hurry up with that
Are they
virtual.
really? Are they gonna
Yeah,
get rid of it and you only
yeah.
gonna have the bad bullshit?
I was reading something today. Everything is gonna be federal. It's running through the people, so they watching everything you're doing.
Okay, listen. I think everybody should be in the streets. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we can get a petition going. No,
No,
for
petition,
real.
fuck that. We going to the goddamn
But you
White
take
House.
away our freedom to be able to exchange with
Never
who we
mind.
want to
I'm
exchange.
sorry.
I will say it's safer to do it virtually.
Huh?
I say I will say it's safer to do it virtually.
It don't matter. Long as the message
You
is clear.
guys, if we don't stand for something, we're gonna just fall for every fucking thing that they throw
Yeah.
our way. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Why do we need these motherfuckers in our business every fucking purchase we do?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, and it's monopoly. So they're monopolizing the whole exchange
They
thing.
killed the Cash App dude. I don't care what
Yeah,
nobody.
y'all saw that.
You said thank you.
Yeah, knocked him.
His what is his girlfriend or somebody he was good friends with, partner, sister, the brother of the girl he was kicking it with, killed him, stabbed him.
And so we gonna run
How
with
much
that.
money did she get?
I mean, that's just
I
what
would
I heard.
I said it's a hit out the gate. Like what? How do a billionaire get knocked off walking to Starbucks somewhere?
So why do y'all think he was hit?
Because he was too much competition for Fed now.
Okay, all
And
right.
that's what's pushing Cash App and Zelle out, and Venmo and PayPal and all them. They going out the way.
They probably
So
told him,
by
"You see
his
what happened to old
demise,
dude."
nobody can come in and take his place. You don't know how to
So
conquer.
Bullies.
y'all see the Lakers win last night? Oh,
Right.
nice.
Let's do that.
And I saw that lady who got that,
Yes,
that
they
Kyrie
won by
deal,
40
that
points,
Douglas
and
Kyrie
he was
deal.
talking
Yeah,
trash about 40 points, and he got them 40. Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah,
heard about that too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a partner. Just going back to the Cash App guy who was killed. We got to look up his name. Huh? Yeah, we just called him the Cash App guy. But y'all know who we talking about. Junior Pope was talking about something about Congressman Tate. What's she talking about?
That's Lawrence Tate's character.
Oh, okay. So I got to catch
Yeah.
up.
Hey, he cold as a polar bear toe too. I'm telling you, man.
I love
He,
him.
yeah, he do his thing.
Oh, he be with the shits. Anything,
All
whatever
of it.
he need to do for his campaign money.
All of it. And he swear he go from Obama to Odog real easy.
In like 2.5
Actor. He's a good actor. Yeah.
He is a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so no, I didn't see the Lakers game, but yeah, I heard about the 40-40. Something was going on with the number 40. What was that about the points?
What
Oh,
I don't know the guy's name. What's the guy's name that was like
Dylan Brooks.
story? Because I'm sure you know the story.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay, what did he say?
So but I think he's good for the game, right? Even though he just like he's a real physical player. He wants to make a name for himself. He want to be like the damn, we in 2023. Damn. So y'all remember like Joe Dumars and the Detroit Pistons back in the days, they was real physical. They used to beat up Michael Jordan like physically, like hurt him. So he has that type of game like Draymond Green, Robert Ory. You know what I mean? He has that game to where he gonna elbow you. He gonna do whatever. He gonna play real dirty. So he's been making a name to be a dirty player with the Memphis Grizzlies, and so his way of trying to take people out their game is playing dirty. Giving them cheap shots, and then try to talk them out their game too. So what he did with LeBron was he was like, "Oh man, you almost 40. Man, I ain't gonna respect you till you hit 40 on us, right?"
Yeah, I did hear
Like, man, you just can't play with a killer, man. He gonna laugh in your face and then get your head knocked off.
that. Yeah.
So, and then you doing all of this, but then you put yourself in foul trouble. So now you put your team on an island. They can't hold this dude by themselves. They need help. So it is one of them situations. But
And he lost by 40 points.
yeah, he lost by about
So they
40
give you
points.
40.
Yeah.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah. So he'll think about that next time he getting his hair braided or something.
Hopefully that would make him a wise man. You know,
Yeah.
to at least learn from his error of his ways.
Yeah.
Nothing
I mean,
wrong with that.
if he was selling tickets to the game, that's genius. You know what I mean? Like if he was getting something out of all the trash talk and out of all the dirty playing, that's a genius play. But I don't know. I think he's just talking for nothing personally.
Yeah.
Listen, either you win or you learn. So hopefully he learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking. I want to shout out this lady though. What's her name? Is it? She has her name is similar to Kyrie Irving's name, right? So her name is Shatilia. What is it? Shatilia Riley Irving. She was the agent for Kyrie Irving. They got him the biggest NBA deal.
The contract. Is that the woman behind Lamar Jackson too?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Because I thought he represented himself, but so he did pair up with
Lamar Jackson plays for
the
what?
agent for the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Yeah. So I think his mom negotiated with him, right? No?
Okay. Yeah.
I think his mom, I could be getting mixed up, but I'm not really a sports head, but I kind of hear stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard
Yeah,
about her just, putting it out there in his DMs and he hit her back and,
yeah,
he's selling, like, I think that's a good look. So
yeah. He
shout
just
out.
signed to 260 million for 5 years with like 185 million guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I mean, I ain't the smartest with math, but that sounds like a lot of numbers. It sounds like a
Right.
lot of money right there.
That's a lot of living without
I
worrying about money.
I don't think he need to buy no EBT card. Uh,
Damn.
I think he all right. He gonna do
So
more than just bring the ice to the next function. He gonna bring the paper goods. He gonna bring the meat.
that's
Yeah,
Damn.
so
Okay.
yeah, she's what, the first black woman to
yeah,
be an agent for the NBA. That's amazing.
yeah. That's dope right there.
It's interesting. His story is interesting too because when he was freed in 2019, he went to Kyrie Irving. He went to have the Rock Nation represent him. Rock Nation is
Yeah.
Rock Nation Sports. So that's founded by hip hop icon Jay-Z. And then when he became a free agent, then that's when he went to her in 2023. But he fired Rock Nation back in 2021 and then hired her. So I was like, okay. So then it's a black woman that's leading. But you know how we do though. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. You know how we do.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff I'm watching, like you said, it's so much to watch. And how do you have time for any of this? But have y'all been watching Husband? What is it? Okay, let me get it right because I can't even say it right, even though I watch it. Brother Seeking Husband, TLC, because it don't even sound right, do it? Brother
No.
Seeking Husband. Like, because me, I don't necessarily watch things necessarily for entertainment. Sometimes it really is for education. Like how you watch the Discovery Channel and watch animals mate
Yeah.
or live in a wild. I feel like sometimes some of the stuff I see on TV with humans, I'm watching them mate and live in a wild and just seeing how,
She said mate, y'all. She said mate.
I ain't say porn because Brother Seeking Husband, these women are seeking companions. So some of them have a husband and a
Yeah.
boyfriend. And because
Okay.
in the country, you can't have more than one spouse. So they got a husband and a boyfriend, and now they want another man in the picture. And all of
Okay.
these men are with it, and they might even live in the same house. So I'm like, this is quite interesting. Like, how does this work? Like, how do you accept this? Why do you accept this? Like, I'm just curious to know, human nature, because this is not how I would live, but I'm just curious to know why other people live like that. So, Brother Seeking Husband is like Sister Wives. Y'all watch that?
Yeah. No, I don't watch that either.
Watch it.
I mean, I understand the concept though, but I don't watch it. I just look at it like this, man. Whatever floats your boat, just keep your life reserver.
Okay,
Really.
but wait. You said whatever floats your boat, but then
Your life is
you
over.
just talked about the sex scenes and power.
No,
You gonna,
but I
you
also
want me to
said
say
keep
both?
I said keep a life reserver. So
What the fuck does that mean?
Because some shit you might drown doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't swim through all this.
hey,
Tell me about this life preserver.
first of all, I'm gonna say for her to be able to accomplish that, I'm gonna call that an accomplishment. That takes some stellar communication, and it takes some really good understanding amongst everyone involved. And I wish them the best. Me personally, it's not for me. But yeah, if that's what worked for them, hey, they bills paid, and they obviously they got it televised. They doing seasons. They getting money.
Mr. Banks for
I ain't
president.
gotta I ain't gotta watch it.
Let me just put this out there.
Yeah,
There's no way I would want more than one husband. No way. No way.
That word.
yeah,
No way. That seems like a lot going on. And I don't know what is going on with her, but when does she get like alone time? My alone time is very important to me.
Well, let's look at it like this. So let's just be real about it, right?
Okay.
Like I said, communication run the nation, right? So obviously this was her concept. This was her idea. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give her credit for coming up with this idea.
Yeah.
or maybe it was her original partner who just felt overwhelmed and like, babe, you need some. I need some help. I need somebody else who can take this
No, it
load.
wasn't his
But
idea. It was her idea.
so okay, I think it's her idea. So by it being her idea, she probably has enough power within her communication to say, "Hey, kick rocks or flip flops. I need some me time," and everybody go play checkers or something. I don't know, but whatever
I
it
just
is,
feel
they
like
gonna.
she has some bomb coochie.
I don't even think it's that. I don't
She
even
needs
think it's
her
that.
third husband.
I don't even think it's that.
Well,
I
that's
just
why I
think.
watch the show. I'm trying to figure out how
Uh,
does this work out. How do they manage this? How what? Just basically what you're saying. I'm watching to see how that irons out, and it's hard for me to watch because I look at the men and I understand my biases because when I
hold
watch the women,
on.
I have a different perception because to me, okay, I can
Yeah.
understand why a man would want more than one wife. You could have multiple children, which on these shows that I watch, that's usually the agenda to have
Yeah.
multiple children
Right.
to, and to have, just a large family. And some of them say for religious purposes. I've yet to
Right.
hear anybody with these women say it was based on religion. So with the men having multiple wives, they're saying some of them just love the Lord and this is what God wants for them. And then the other one is,
Look at God.
won't he do it? Won't he do it? And then the other one is that they want to
I got a question.
have multiple children, right? But with these
Yeah.
women, I haven't heard religion come into it at all. Interesting now that I think about it. Nobody's using the Bible or whatever religion and beliefs are to justify why this is why they want to do it. They just want to have, the overall consensus is that they just want multiple companions. This
Right.
person is boring in certain areas, dating.
Right.
One woman wants to have kids, and the guy that she's married to has adult children. He doesn't want kids, so
Right.
yeah.
All right. So hold on real quick. I appreciate how you set the table when Miss Trish said something right before when you got back in there, right?
Yeah.
So Miss Trish, you said you think she's able to attain all of this based on her sexual abilities, right? And I disagree
Yeah.
with that.
No,
I disagree with that, right?
Okay.
So, but you agree with that, right?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what it is, and
I
that could be a reason.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is it's far from sexual, and it's more fundamental than sentimental, right? You understand where I'm coming
real
from?
word, is that a word?
Or y'all or
Because that's the first time I heard that.
y'all need some water? Here, y'all need to sober up. What's going on? What's happening? What are we talking about?
I'm looking it up.
It's more fundamental than sentimental, right? So I mean, the spit is spectacular, right? So look, because look at it like this: Can King Dingaling just lock down a strong-willed black woman? Hell no. You thinking too long. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think about some things.
Oh, whoa! She buffering, y'all. Look, she's still thinking.
What? You asked the question. I'm thinking about the
Yeah.
answer.
I said, can King Dingaling lock down a strong black woman?
It's possible.
Wow.
Okay, so can he convince her to, and we're going to share this here? I got enough of this here to share with 3 or 4 of your partners. You could pick them out. You going to go for that?
Thank you. That's how
You
I
going to
feel.
go for that?
I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah, see, Tasha Jackson say, hell no. Right. You know why? Because she up here, in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle.
I get
right?
it. I get
Right. So it has nothing to do with sex, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at the other side of it. Let's look at the pimp game, right? So you got this pimp and he got a stable of 6 women, right? So it's easy for us to look at them and be like, how he allowed them to go out there and make all that money and give him the money and all of this and all of that. Y'all think he King Dingaling? No.
Okay. So you say
No.
he is a pimp, like a what do you call a woman pimp?
I call her a she mag.
A madam. So she's like a madam.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I think they all have jobs on this show that they all work.
But my whole point is she up here with it. You know what I mean? She playing with a digital display.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Yeah.
I hear that now. Somebody played it this week.
I didn't think
that was the original touchscreen. That was the original touchscreen. She got them. She's Geppetto.
What the little girl say on her song? Girls is players too. What's her name?
They've been players.
the OGs. I'm just saying, but
Yeah,
Me, if I
yeah,
start to play with your digital display.
yeah. That was the original touchscreen. That was way before. Wait, man, them dudes was like light years ahead of the game.
okay.
Yeah,
All right. I get it. I
you feel what
understand.
I'm saying? So yeah,
And I get it from that standpoint.
yeah.
Because I wasn't understanding. I'm like, who in the fuck would do that? But
So
okay.
you gotta. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, if you really, really, really pour it out, real spill, soak it up like a sponge. If you really think about it, all you gotta do. All he has to do is get you, or all he or she has to do is get you to pay attention. Then you're gonna be paying their bills. Okay, let's go.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so then I look at the men as kind of being a little soft because you letting a woman kind of, I don't
But it's
know.
not gender specific. The game is not gender specific.
Why do I
I
feel
just told y'all. I just told y'all. My mama was my OG. My mama is my OG. So game is not gender specific.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? Yeah,
I can
Okay.
see that.
yeah.
All right.
I
Listen,
just
you
look
ain't gotta
like
take
this.
me
I just look
off
like
that
this.
show.
But yeah.
Now I get it from the standpoint of she in their head. And she
Shit,
got
yeah. Man, she on
yeah.
their scalp like dandruff. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. I got it.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm not watching it
No,
religiously,
I'm not watching.
I ain't watching that shit at all.
but like I said, I'm a curious person, so I like to just try to see. I mean, in real life, I knew a lady, and this was like my 400-pound life lady who had a
Yeah,
husband, official husband, and
yeah.
she had 2 boyfriends, and she
Okay.
pushed
See?
around the house in her wheelchair, taking
Yeah,
care of her.
they
Like you
took
said,
turns pushing her too.
so
She
maybe
had
somebody
some
was
good
doing the thing
game.
so well, you know what I'm saying? They worked out, and I know
Yeah,
she was freaky or whatever. So in real life, this is real. Like they
yeah,
can have multiple guys in their house, you know, this
yeah.
Perfect.
they do it. So I know it's real because I used to say, and this was back in the day, like y'all need to have your own show before all of this came out. And if I had sense and I knew how to be a
Oh,
producer,
this is in real life. You
real life, she was my 400-pound life.
damn.
Oh,
I had
oh, you
3
talking
men
about him? Yeah,
living with her.
yeah. So did you
Okay.
have your notepad? You had
All in
your
their
college
mind.
rule notepad? You
So
fill it
what
up?
was it? Was she in their head
Of
or
course.
Like
did she have a lot of tricks going on?
I don't know. Maybe she was just good at whatever she was doing to them, you know.
Okay, so was she in the head or did she give that much head? Hell no, she was in their head.
The audience want to know.
She was in their head, man.
Listen, between us, yeah, it's between us. I think it was a
Okay.
lot of head going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
she was giving it up.
Could she pull her teeth out?
But speaking of oral sex, I know y'all say
Oh man.
now, right? Y'all know that oral sex is the main cause of throat cancer. Did you
That's
know? Did you
that's cause
know?
they swallow.
Listen,
That's cause they swallow.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Spit it out?
I
Yeah.
would say to prevent oral cancer. Look, I
I
done
mean
made a name for oral.
they say it's good for the skin, not the digestive system. So you spit it out.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
They said the
or
main risk factor
or
is it's
maybe you just keep a cough drop with you or something. I don't know.
mouthwash, gargle.
Some Listerine.
Yeah. Where's you supposed to have supreme hygiene, man? What's going on?
Or no oral sex. How about that?
Good
Look,
use.
yeah, listen, bad hygiene.
Wait. No, none?
Listen, if you got bad teeth, yes, that bacteria can get in
Yeah.
and turn to
Yeah.
cancer. You're right. Bacteria, I think, can turn to
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah. See, that go back to that insurance, right? Do something. Man.
I'm just
Go get
saying,
that.
it can't cause cancer.
Man, go get your mouth right.
So the
I mean,
official
so
name
I gotta hold on. Hey, time out real quick. I got a question. It's a serious question though,
Okay.
right? So I remember I remember I said, I know which one is my toothbrush. She said, how you know?
Oh well.
I said, cause I smell it.
They're gonna drink. How much drink you had?
Hey, so the question I proposed to y'all, right? And that was a joke. You know, it took a while. It took a while. I had to do a whole bunch of shit for
All
like
right,
a week
somebody in the
straight
chat, let me know
just to
in the
get past
chat.
that.
I think
Just to I had to knock off half of that honeydew list just to get past that. But my point
What
is,
does
my, my
UAT mean? I'm bad on the
yeah, I
kids.
don't
Got
know all that stuff.
explain to me.
UHT, Tasha,
Hell
we
Is
slow.
it your
hell the hell
wait?
no. I don't
Oh
know.
hell! Wait, what's? Please put it
What
in
did
there. What
UHC
does
mean?
that for?
We don't know what that means. That's some new shit.
Them
So let me
kids.
tell you the other side of that. So mouth open. So look. So so my question to y'all, right? To my question to everybody out there, right? So do you do you take your hygiene, your oral hygiene as serious as you take everything else, right?
Yeah,
When it comes to your partner and when you hold yourself to the same standard, because
yeah.
the question is, like, would you use your partner toothbrush?
No.
No, I'm a
Would I use
germaphobe,
the
and
same
I
towel
just
my partner wash
wouldn't.
his ass with? No. Would I use the same toothbrush?
No, I'm not. I don't. I am a germaphobe, and I wouldn't use anyone. I wouldn't use my
So
grandbaby's
so
toothbrush.
look, if you had his toothbrush and you was like you was getting it, you getting it, and you like, wait a minute, would you feel like, oh shit, or would you be like, well, whatever, I know, babe just had a dentist appointment last week, everything good.
I'm so
No.
happy we have two different sinks.
What she said.
There could be no confusion. Do not bring your fucking ass over here. You stay the fuck over there. I
That
got
is
my
funny,
shit over here.
man.
You got your shit
Hell
over
no.
there. No,
It's funny. It's
no.
Exactly. Don't use my
Don't use
child either.
my
That's
towel.
exactly
Don't
no.
use nothing of
Hey,
mine.
don't use nothing on mine.
It sounds crazy considering that you're probably, really intimate with this person in other ways outside of the toothbrush. But there's limitations to this, okay?
He said, don't use my towel either.
Don't use my towel.
Period.
Get your own towel. Period. Girls, get the point. How they go?
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny as shit.
You've used someone else's toothbrush
It's
before?
just a question. It was a question, and
But I'm
and,
asking
and
you a question.
you say, have I?
Yes.
Heavens no.
Listen, nah, baby, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
No, I have
Find
not.
somebody else to do it.
I have
Somebody
not.
else to do that. I'm not with them
That's
shit.
funny. That's
My baby's
funny.
gonna have to blood like
I'm a, I
halitosis
can't,
or
I
whatever's
can't,
gonna happen.
So speaking of oral, right? So we put our mouth on their lower parts, but we ain't fucking with the upper parts.
Well,
listen.
back to my point. I want to lead it them
Oh
vaginas.
man, y'all
The
funny as hell, man.
if you don't want to catch oropharyngals.
What is what is that? What?
Oropharyngals. It's a cancer.
Wait, that's what what's the one dude? He got it. He's an actor.
The comments is funny as fuck, man. Y'all read the comments.
Oropharyngals. I think it's called oropharyngals.
And what
No,
is that?
the actor that played
It's a
it.
cancer.
Oh, he got oral cancer,
Not a
but
zodiac sign
he
either.
said it was from doing oral. He said he got throat cancer from doing oral.
It's a
Oh, that
form
was
of
that's when that Charlie Sheen daddy
He was in that movie Indecent
Martin. It was
Proposal.
Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen, right? No.
Let me
he
look up
got
Indecent
HIV
Proposal.
too. He just be catching all kind of stuff.
No, not Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
No, I thought it was Martin Sheen. No, Michael Douglas. That's who it was.
Michael Douglas.
Michael
That's
Douglas.
his
Yeah.
name.
Hey, shout out to D.L. Hughley because I know that because he made a joke about it. He said, "I don't know if oral sex gives you throat cancer, but I know not giving it gives you a divorce."
So which one would you rather have? All right, y'all in the chat.
Man,
Would you rather have oral cancer or divorce?
A divorce? Who the fuck wants some cancer?
Listen.
Hey, cause that cancer gonna bring the divorce.
So some of y'all
Sorry.
safe
So
out
just
there.
make sure everybody keeping up their hygiene and doing what
Yeah.
they do, so we don't have to deal with that. How about
Yeah.
that?
But HPV, you can't brush your teeth and get rid of it, right? You can't gargle like HPV.
Nah, you gotta go see them people down at the what's that, the health
Gotta
district or
get
something like that.
vaccine or something.
You gotta go get on that list.
200.
It's
What
probably a list.
if it's 150? You gonna take it? That's my
She said,
friend.
"I'll take the divorce for 200."
She
This
knows
is
how to-
Jeopardy.
That's right. He know how to get us straight. Shout out to Dr. Lord.
Damn.
That's funny.
Wow. So
That
listen, only if you've only had oral
So you gonna
sex.
take the cancer, Shatira?
She said she don't want the divorce.
Fuck no.
well, tell her don't swallow. Just
No,
don't swallow.
Don't swallow. Get your towel and do what you
Better
gotta
of
do.
the worst till death do you part. So don't be mad at her.
I'm not mad at her,
Well, get
but
some good insurance, life insurance.
I'm like
Yeah.
this. I'm like GB. Don't swallow.
Yeah, and then you double back with like Listerine or peroxide or something like that.
Peroxide.
Yeah, and hopefully you ain't playing musical chairs with people downstairs like that.
Vodka, the alcohol. Yeah.
What's musical chair? See, you be doing what?
You can't just go around. I mean, you can't just go around putting your mouth on everybody either, though.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If you gonna
No,
put your
I
mouth
know
on
exactly
people,
where everything been.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You gotta check inventory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta
Inventory
know.
at all times. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
listen,
You
if you're
know.
gonna put your mouth on people, just make sure that you understand that it needs to be less than 8.5 people. Because it says that cancer,
8.5.
cancer is a number of sexual, you get this from the number of sexual partners you have in a lifetime.
Oh,
So
okay.
particularly oral sex, with those who have had 6 or more lifetime oral sex partners being 8.5 times more or more 8.5 more 5 times likely to develop pharyngeal. It's a cancer.
We're gonna say that thing. We're gonna say that thing.
Okay. So
Because you can't pronounce it.
She
Yeah.
said, look.
I'm gonna say oral sex cancer. They don't call it oral sex cancer.
That's crazy. So
When you go on a date, say do you have oral sex cancer?
they say all that swallowing just wear down your immune system. That's what they say.
So get your
Yeah.
towel.
Because you
Put it
transmit
right there
HPV.
by you. And
Boom.
everything. Do your
Boom.
thing. Woo-woo, and
Yeah. Now you got 2 wet spots. That's what it is. Still with it.
Look, she said you can just look at the D and ask for paperwork. But I gotta look at the symptoms. Maybe it's a symptom. We'll look at it. Maybe it look like herpes. Maybe what is it called? Oral sex cancer look like herpes.
You need a Carfax. You just need a Carfax on everything.
Oh my God.
But the good news is the survival rate is about 81% if the mouth cancer is diagnosed sooner than later. But as it is normally only discovered during the later stages of the illness, the death rate is just over 45% when diagnosed at 5 years. So just every year, go get checked. You to put your mouth on somebody's private
get
part.
your throat checked every year.
Just go get checks.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
Go get an annual. Just go ahead and tell them you need to check your mouth.
Yeah. Tell them to go check.
I wonder if the dentist, listen, I wonder if, no, not your dentist. No, the dentist, yeah. I wonder if your dentist is able to kind of like.
Actually, they do. They can see.
Just ask them, just say, hey, tickle my tonsils, tell me if I got that thing.
They're going to tickle them, all right. Don't play. Listen.
Yeah, that's scary though, man. You just for real though. Remember I think with like junior high school, they was like you can get it was some kind of lip mouth thing from kissing people. Y'all remember that?
Mono.
Yeah. So I mean, if you would just still go by that standard, you can't put your mouth on everybody. Just period. I don't care how many drinks this person had or whatever. Nah, man, because everybody don't practice the same hygiene.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
That's for real.
Yeah. Listen, I think you have a good point. You know, I don't know. People get caught on hygiene. I think hygiene is way more important than how you look, how you present yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
if you see a person that needs some lotion, you know what I'm saying? They look ashy. It's
Wait
okay.
a minute now. Some people's skin just like lotion because I be
Yeah, it just
asking
absorbs.
forever, but I always apply lotion, but my skin loves lotion.
Shout out to Cetaphil. You got to get that jug of Cetaphil. That jug,
Not everybody who ashy
man,
needs
it's
a
like
body
axle grease. You got to
service.
get the jug that's like axle grease. It's Cetaphil. Just boom, wow.
What do you mean your skin loves lotion though? Does that mean what?
It soak it up.
I'm ashy quite a bit, but it doesn't mean that
It's
I
just-
don't put lotion. My skin just likes to drink it.
You think your skin just addicted to lotion?
Yes.
So you see somebody, you don't judge them and they ashy. How do we look at people when you see somebody like with ashy ankles,
Somebody else ashy.
hands?
If I see somebody ashy hands, I'll automatically assume that they wash their hands a lot. So I give them credit for that.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Viral.
But ankles is different because I do put the little gel on my ankles so I don't have that problem. But my hands be ashy sometimes.
I don't know if. Let me think. If I see ashy people, I don't know. I never really looked to judge nobody because from being ashy or having nappy hair and none of that.
You never looked at nobody that was ashy and
No.
thought a way about
This
them.
guy looked at my hands and he was like, "You really should do better." I was like, "Dude, my hands just." Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I'm done.
You know,
Wait,
we-
okay.
I'm
All right,
so
what's
mad
hey, what's
that
there?
come up with a
What's everybody drinking too? What's everybody drinking?
What are y'all sipping on? I see you, Tasha, Tamara, genuinely poised. I see you out there. I don't know if Kira, if you still up. Come on, we need a word. We need a word.
Oh, we still ain't came up with a word.
It's almost gone.
Yeah, we're gonna be done. Then y'all gonna put up a word.
This is rum and orange juice.
Okay.
A little spike of lemon.
That sounds good. It sounds like you're supposed to have an umbrella in there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I think I have. Well, I know it's Douce and then something else. It's nice though.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Trish. You might, from your ashiness, your skin may be a form of, just being dehydrated. There's a fly in here. I'm about to kill it. Or it might be a form of eczema. Black people, that's a common
It's
thing.
not that. It's ash.
Just ask her.
I be ashy. My hand.
She's trying to diagnose you.
Yeah, we gotta give, we gotta diagnose people too while
They're
we
not ashy right now though.
Or it could be the cold weather or hot water, or maybe it's the lotions you're using, so it's making your skin thirsty. So it might be the lotions. It's kind of like how you buy a car and it breaks down after your warranty go out. So the lotion is designed so you have to keep buying it because it
I
makes
use
you
Nivea. Nivea is like
Nivea,
oil
yeah.
ass lotion. I don't know what to do about this.
Hold on.
If anybody has any suggestions, I do drink a lot of
drink
water.
breast milk. Hold on. What happened?
She said drinking breast milk.
Are you talking about ashy? Are we still talking about ashy?
Wait, is that going to help my ashiness?
Oh,
I'm not going to drink anybody's
She
breast
want a
milk.
lemon, so
yeah, a lemon helps with hydration and digestion.
Yeah.
Okay, so put lemon in my water, and
Yeah.
then that way I won't be so ashy.
Yeah. And that's what I do. I get like a bag of lemons, and then I cut them in, and I just go ahead and grind them and make the juice already, and just have it sit in the refrigerator. Every time I crack a bottle of water, I just throw like a teaspoon or whatever up in there. It helps out. Yeah.
Cool.
She's saying the comments are delayed, so I don't know what. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna do a Bernie Mac on y'all. We family, right? We can talk, right? We family, right? We family.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just gonna. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys have been following it, but have y'all been following the Brad and Big Booty Judy, their marriage and the pregnancy and all of that?
I can't listen to Functified the same. I'm sorry. I'm having a problem here.
I like Functified though. That's my shit.
Functified was not supposed to get pregnant. She was supposed to do old dog shit.
But see, that was her wife's idea, in my opinion. In my opinion,
You get pregnant?
For
yeah,
her to get pregnant?
because she already has kids. So she told Brad, "I want you to experience this."
Mm.
Big Booty Judy has kids?
That's what they say. Yeah,
I didn't know she had kids.
I don't know too much about their situation, but that I know that much. That's what I was reading.
It just
And
messed up a lot of things for me,
yeah,
and
because
I'm
Brat was like
sorry.
the female Snoop Dogg, and all of a sudden now it's different.
I mean, I think it's great. She's having a
Yeah,
baby. It's wonderful. It's a good thing. You know, it is a great experience. But damn, you know, a lot of my high school years was based off of
Brat. Yeah,
rap, and so I just have a different outlook. So, what about her? What's going on
Okay,
with?
so she's a woman, but you look at her differently. How do you see her? Because as a woman, you get disappointed when certain women have kids. Is that what you're saying?
No, just the brat. Just her. Because she was like,
I don't know if Big Booty Judy has kids.
that's like if it was like if Cleo from Set It Off was pregnant.
This is their first
yeah, like
child
you
You
just
know what I
have
mean?
this perception in your head about what they're supposed to be, and Cleo is not supposed to have children. That's why
Right,
she don't have no children.
right.
Would it have been more appropriate for you if Big Booty Judy had the baby?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, just so you guys know, she did try. Like she was having miscarriages, and then
Uh,
yeah, so then she has
was
a
it a sperm
grandchild.
donor?
She said Miss Big Booty Judy has a grandchild. In order for you to have a grandchild, you have to have a kid. But the
You have to
headline
have
read that they're having their first child together. So maybe this is their first child together. But for me,
right.
the elephant in the room was, I will say, I don't have a problem with saying that it was awkward, and it is still awkward for me to see the brat pregnant, and it shouldn't be because she is a woman, right? She has a uterus. Like, what is so awkward about it? It just seems weird to me. I don't know. I don't know what it is that I can't really just, you know, look at her in the motherly, womanly, childbearing. What do they call us? Birthers. Because now we have to reduce ourselves, or if that's reducing
I'm not
ourselves,
reducing
we can't
myself to
call ourselves
nothing. I
women.
am a woman,
We
a
call ourselves
biological
birthers.
woman, and if you're not a biological woman, then you're not a woman. You are a
Yeah.
trans woman, and that's fine. Good, wonderful.
So as a birther, it does look awkward to me just because I don't know. It's just the way that she's presented herself. I see her differently. But my thing
Right.
always was, same sex couple, they're married, now she's pregnant. So my thing is, okay, so who the baby daddy and whose egg is it? Like,
Not
is
a
it the daddy
baby.
egg? And who sperm y'all use? I know that's not my business, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
It is our business.
Is
They
it?
put it out there,
I
and
got a
we should
reality
know.
show, so
Did you
maybe
get artificial insemination? Was this
yeah.
organically? You know,
Yeah, so come to find out that they did do artificial insemination. They went to a sperm bank. And they
Oh,
said they went to, I guess you can figure out who the man is or what his features are or whatever. And they said they went through hundreds and they narrowed it down to like 300 men.
okay.
And only one of the men of the 300, like there were no black men, only one of them were black. And they
Oh
said he
wow.
looked like Jabba the Hutt or somebody. Like,
God damn.
I can't remember what the name they specifically used.
So we don't know what the baby finna come out looking like.
So instead of them using this black man, Jiminy Cricket. So the black man looked like Jiminy Cricket. The one man out of the 300 choices that they had, it was only one black man, and he looked like Jiminy Cricket. So they used a white sperm. So it's the brat's
Really?
egg. No, it's Judy with the big booty's egg and a white man's sperm.
so that mean I need to be a sperm donor,
So
huh?
she's just a surrogate, the brat?
Okay. Okay.
I'm so fucking confused right now.
Shout out to Chris. Thank you for joining us in your ear radio after dark.
What up, Chris? I'm confused. We talking about the brat is pregnant, but the egg is Judy's and the sperms is a white dude. And I'm confused, and I just want to hear Funktified.
It's Josh's.
I just want to be baptized in the funk.
Hey, oh, I got a question though. How much do they pay for those samples?
I don't know. I'm sure it's expensive, but think about it.
So look, and I think the medical facility probably put their own tax on it. But how much do they give the donors? That's my question.
I think college students make it through college doing that.
Wow. So that's like 60,000 a year. What?
I want
I'm
to
in the
say
wrong.
like 1,500. I read a story where
I'm,
one guy he got like $1,500 a week doing
I'm
that.
in the wrong business.
So would you want a bunch of kids looking like you running around that you didn't know?
I mean, who wouldn't want to reproduce me? Look at me. I'm all right. I think I'm all right. I'm all right with myself. I look in the mirror every day and I say, damn, bro, okay, you came a long way, but you know what?
All
You're still
right.
doing your thing. You got another chance. Let's go.
Y'all seen that movie Baby God? It's a documentary, not a movie, a documentary. It's a real story.
No,
You guys born in Women's Hospital? I was. So
I was.
I always
Yeah.
wonder why the hell Women's Hospital don't exist no more. This dude, Baby God, the founder of Women's Hospital, got like 156 kids because he was doing his sperm into the women who thought they was their husband's sperm. It's a great documentary, and I learned a whole bunch about Las Vegas.
That's so disrespectful, man.
Las Vegas?
Yeah, he was a
Hey, so
pillar in the community and shit. It was
so
great.
wait, hey, so wait. Before you even said that, I was gonna say we have no need to even discuss religion, right? We already know, right? Okay, let's moving along. Moving along.
Somebody said you over there contemplating and you trying to go to the sperm
No,
bank to get a second job.
no. What I'm saying, I'm saying what I said already, and um, y'all need refills or what? What's happening?
I do. Let me text somebody so they can refill my
Yeah,
shit.
somebody already
Yeah,
texted me. I needed a refill.
I'm
yeah.
about to
Tell that somebody they must don't work for tips. You got to leave like $10 out there so they know keep them
Hey,
coming.
okay, let me
That's how they know to keep them coming.
Because Denise said the kids looking like, who kids you talking about?
on baby God. They do. They all look
I haven't
old.
seen it, baby God. So what is this about again?
It's a documentary about the founder of
Okay, I
Women's
gotta watch it.
Hospital. And the women were coming in there, they couldn't get pregnant. So he told them that, he would do the artificial insemination with their husband's sperm
I've
and
seen
their
something like
egg.
that before.
But their
Yeah.
husband's sperm must not have been right. So he put his own shit in there. And then they
Damn.
all got pregnant. So he had like a really great successful rate, successful percentage or
He
whatever.
said he was fertile. Yeah. That he fouled and won. Man, that's a flagrant foul.
That's when they found out that they had all these siblings. That
Yeah.
they had 23andMe shit.
Yeah.
Where, so they all found out that it's like 156 siblings.
I'm gonna just say, I don't think it's fair to the offspring. There's a lot of people that come into this
No.
world that long to know who they come from. And we're
Yes.
making it more and more difficult by having sperm banks. And I understand there are some people in the world that can't reproduce. They need somebody's sperm or they need somebody's eggs. I understand it. I'm not going to try to interfere with someone's desperation, whatever it is they need to be able to have a child. Because, I was blessed to be able to have a child naturally without having to go through all of that.
Yeah.
But when you can just go somewhere and just pick out a baby, it's like I was telling my sister, like, you have a designer dog. A Frenchie is a designer dog. You can go right to the pound and pick up a baby, a dog. You don't have to go and make up, a factory developed animal the way you want it to look. This dog can't even run outside. What dog do you know can't stay outside? They got fur. They can't even be outside because they're a designer dog. They're only developed to be in your house and cost a lot of money. I don't know. I'm just on the surface. So people that's
Wait, my bartender is here. Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, do you put that $10 out there? You gotta put that 10 out there.
I don't have to tip him in monetary.
Oh, okay. We sharing the same toothbrush, y'all. We sharing the same toothbrush.
That ass better pay up.
It's the drink. It's the drink.
He said
Your rent due.
He got credit on the card.
And don't be trying that falling down the stairs shit.
Oh no, wait a minute. That's kinky. Who does that?
What movie was that? Oh, wait.
That's
That was
Coming Down the Stairs too?
that's coming to America, yeah.
That's one of my faves too.
Yeah. Who next?
Eddie Murphy is like really one of the best.
Eddie Murphy, that dude, man. He that dude.
He really is.
I just think it's a bit much that people are going to sperm banks and just taking their lives into their own hands and just not allowing children that opportunity to know who their birth mother and father are by doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's a real thin line. You know what I'm saying? When you do that. Okay, so Trish, you
No,
owe him
man.
like Genuine, owe me back. Oh no, I'm thinking Nas owe me back like you owe your tax. Owe me back.
Okay, there's a story behind Genuine, and there's
That
no
was Genuine, wasn't it? Yeah, okay.
I tell y'all what, man. I tell y'all what, man.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Is this not in your ear after dark?
Yeah.
It is.
Don't act like you ain't gonna reimburse him.
Oh, reimburse his ass, all right.
Say, as long as I owe you, never be broke.
I got my towel together.
Have y'all heard of the gay ABC book?
No, what is it?
The gay BCs? What?
It's called Gay ABC book. So it's a book like A is for, I don't know, asexual, B is for bisexual,
Oh,
C
wow.
is for, yeah.
Wait,
it's
time out. Before we start talking about the HOA, just listen, y'all. Listen. Me personally.
The views and expressions made by
your
radio
that's
not necessarily reflect.
That's why I don't make. That's why I don't make public. I don't make public appearances because I don't want it to reflect on y'all. But before we start talking about the community, y'all just consider yourselves. Because me, I just pat in my pockets and I ain't got a damn fuck to give up in there.
Yeah.
So
are you okay with the gay ABC book in the elementary schools?
Listen here, I love my kids. I love my kids, and I just try to tell them what's happening.
Try to be real shit and steer them in the right direction.
I do, and don't get me wrong, I'm open minded. I listen to them. I get them freedom of expression and all of that, and I encourage it because I believe it empowers them. But what I refuse to do is introduce something that's contrary to man. No, I ain't with no gay BCs. I ain't even say that.
It sounds funny, don't it? Sometimes I think people are antagonizing, and then sometimes I wonder if it's coming from a place of education. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine being in the LGBT community and just wanting people to understand you. So, a lot of what we see now on TV, people are saying, oh, they're trying to condition society, our kids, they're trying to groom them to think a certain way. But the reality is, since the beginning of time, there has been the LGBTQ community. Like, it's not like something that just happened since the beginning of time. There's been that. So I don't know. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I don't want that conversation being had if I had a child in elementary school, not even junior high. I think that's a conversation I need to have with my child. It's like some people are sensitive to sex ed because of the things that they talk about. And even now in sex ed, I'm understanding that they do talk about masturbation and, gay sex, right?
Yeah.
I'm not against them talking about masturbation in school because some people need to explore their bodies to see what they don't like at an early age before other people get into dealing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gay ABCs
is a different thing.
The gay ABCs.
The gay ABCs.
Transgender.
Y'all know what? So shout out to my parents, shout out to my big sister, shout out to everybody around me, shout out to my village growing up, right? But I remember I was about like 5 or 6 years old, and I saw it was an older kid. He was like 3-4 years older than me, and so he used to always play with my big sister. He used to always like jump rope, and he used to play the Miss Mary Mac, all the little hand games and all that stuff. And I used to be like, damn, how come he ain't over here like throwing rocks at cars like us, right?
Badass.
And He ain't climbing trees. He ain't playing with Hot Wheels. He ain't digging in the dirt like us.
Right.
You know, he ain't kicking off his shoes and racing from street light to street light like us.
Yeah.
You know, he over there with the girls playing hopscotch and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm observant. I'm inquisitive. But like I said, thank God for my village. You know, it wasn't even a conversation. It was just like, you know what, this him. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't knock him for that. It was just like, hey, that's him. You know what I mean? And at the time, that my best friend, that was his big brother. But they called his big brother by a female name, and that was awkward to me because I'm like, but he's not a girl. But it was different. But the way I was raised, it was like, hey man, they could be whoever they want to be. You know what I mean? And it's not up for me to even question it, to judge it. He is who he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I left it alone way back then. Way back then. I just left it alone. And from that point, it's just like, oh, that's what you do. Okay, that's what you do. So it's not like I don't hate them for being who they are. I actually respect them for being out in the open, being who they are. The people who are dangerous are the ones who are in the closet. Ain't it hot in there? You know what I mean? Come your ass out of the closet, man, and be who you are. Quit double dutching, going back and forth. Because now your baby mama got an STD and she think you messing with you. It's just a lot.
She got oral cancer.
She got oral cancer.
Here's my thing. So what if the people in the closet come out the closet, which is fine, no problem, more power to you. But then now they want to go in the schools and read the gay BCs to the kids. I'm just saying.
Okay. So I want to speak to that, but I'm gonna use another analogy, right?
Okay.
So, like I said, I had a good village around me, to where it was freedom of expression, and it was just about we're a collective, but it's about being individuals too. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, in that specific situation, he was who he was. He is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't but why? How come he don't change? And this and that. Right? But my education came from home. You see what I'm saying? So when we speak to that, before we talk about bringing somebody into the school and teach the gay BCs to my infant, my adolescent, right? I think it begins at home. And so I'm gonna let's use gun control, right? So for me, gun control was showing me, teaching me how to break it down, teaching me how to use it. Hey, it's over there. I never went and played with a gun in my life. You know what I mean? I didn't even feel comfortable with people around me that were playing with guns and all that dumb stuff, because I'm like, you ain't supposed to do that. It's supposed to be put up, kept a certain way.
Yeah.
Because I was educated from 6, 7 years old. I was exposed to it, so I already knew about it. I don't have to wait for my daddy to go to the stove for me to go play with the gun. If I have a question about it, he'll show me. You see what I'm saying? So I think people need to be take more initiative with their own children and let them know about all of that. So because it's coming, don't get me wrong, it's coming. So when they do come with the gay BCs in school, it's not so foreign to the kids that they're like, oh wow, a unicorn is shitting glitter. Oh shit. Nah. You know what I mean? Nah, they gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, that's y'all thing though.
But
you know what I mean?
Parents don't feel like the education on all of that should come from them. I don't know where they feel like they're going to get the education, but there's a lot of parents that won't even talk about those things.
That's what's wrong. To me, that's what's wrong. You can't hide it. If you hide it, they're gonna wait till you're not around. They're gonna go find it. They're gonna go figure it out. And guess what? A lot of times they're gonna learn it from somebody who's not gonna show them in a compassionate way that you would. Who's not gonna show them in an educational way that you would. It's gonna be in a form.
Is this that's going on right now? It's the parent.
It's gonna be in a form of lust. It's gonna be in a form of some really weird shit that's gonna be hard to come back from. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, then they're going to be like, where'd I go wrong as a parent? I gave you everything. Yeah, but you didn't give them attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't give them the tools and the resources. So, yeah, I just think, it was a lot of backlash about it, of course, because, people that don't, and I'm not going to judge anybody, because I understand, we all have to come to some type of understanding. I think a lot of times it's just a lot, we see a lot, that we're not really ready to see. They just present a lot to us, like the gay ABC book. Like, wait, hold on. What's it say now? Like, are we talking about who? when did we start teaching our kids about sex, period? So my elementary
A
kids,
long time ago.
so we were talking about sex, or were we talking about male, female? Because I don't remember having that conversation with my child as an elementary kid saying things about sex. You know what I'm saying? Like
I had sex
sexual
education
intercourse,
in
masturbation.
school.
Huh?
I had sex education in school, and they did talk
At
about
what
sex.
at what grade? At what age?
It was probably 6th grade, 5th
Okay,
or 6th
so
grade.
again, this is a gay ABC book. So who's learning their ABC? In sixth grade, you
Right.
already knew your ABC.
Yeah.
I associate this with, very young children, 5-year-olds.
Right.
I mean, our
Right.
kids know their ABCs before 5, 3-year
Yeah.
old, maybe even 2. We start them young. So that's
Right.
what I envision, a toddler learning about gay, G is for gay, T is for transgender, just that type of conversation. And it's like, remember, it's gay ABC book. It's not gay book for junior high school students.
Right.
Your ABC, you're a young
Right.
person. So that's
Yeah.
where I'm kind of like, okay, this is a bit much. Because again, when my child was a toddler, I wasn't talking about intercourse with him and
Right.
masturbation.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely
I
middle
don't even
school.
think he would be able to conceptualize or understand the conversation if I was having that conversation with him. But we do think about this though. We do kind of condition our kids at that age. Like we have boys, we have girls, right? Like we teach our boys as toddlers to play with boy toys and our daughters to play with girl toys. So in a way, we do kind of sexualize them, in a way to, this is what girls do. They have the kitchens, they have the
Yeah.
and they have the, dresses, the tutus, and the boys, they have the, all the rough stuff. So I guess in a sense we do, but again, this is, to me, the gay ABC book is more sexual when you look at what they're talking about.
Right.
How am I going to have a conversation with my child, say bisexual? But again, we raise our kids to be heterosexual, so it's kind of a mixed bag, because it's like almost contradicting yourself, saying you don't want your child to be taught that, but we do teach our kids to a certain degree gender. Boys wear blue, girls wear pink. If our 3-year-old wanted to wear a pink, 3-year-old boy wanted to wear pink, we probably wouldn't be with it. We'd be like, no. I'm looking at my glasses.
You know what? I guess I never really thought about that. I mean, my son never I don't know. He never really even had the desire though to play with like girl toys, because he had a girl cousins, right? That were exactly the same age as him, and they had their toys. He had his toys. He never gravitated to playing with toys. But I do have some people in my family that did. They did gravitate to playing, like GB was saying, you with your friend, he played with you guys and not necessarily the boys. We had that as well, and I knew a long time, and that's how I know people are born that way.
Yes, exactly.
When somebody in my family, very young, 2 years old, I knew that he was going to be what he is.
Yeah. But when people try to deny that people are born that way,
but respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I have an issue with people teaching it in the schools before the parents have had a chance to discuss themselves. I do.
Yeah.
So we were just saying how ABC, gay ABC book. I mean, let's be realistic about it. Our kids learn their ABCs when they're toddlers, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, whatnot. So now we're not talking about junior high school kids. We're not talking about high school. We're talking about babies. Young babies are going to be learning their ABCs, except they're going to be learning them different. Not A is for apple. A is for I don't know, asexual. We got all different names now. B is for bisexual. C is for, what is C? I don't know. But gay adjacent, right? So that's the thing that you have to keep in mind. But the point I was making was that we do kind of sexualize our kids at a young age, because some of us don't allow our boys to play with dolls, and we don't let them wear pink. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of already put them in a category. But this book, to me, is more on a sexual level. So just to bring you up to speed, that was, conversation we were
Yeah,
having.
yeah,
But it is what it is, because in Pakistan, they're embracing it. They say they officially define a third gender. They are calling people who um, identify as trans or intersex gender identity as a third gender, or in their language, hijira, if I'm not mispronouncing it. So, I was saying that a long time ago, that there was a third sex. I was trying to articulate this to Trish, saying that, because she was like, "What do you mean? I don't really understand." And I was like, "Well, I always thought, think about back in the day, as women, we would say, 'Oh, men are dogs,' but I'm like, we don't really have a choice. That's all we got is men." But over time, just having this being brought to the forefront more and more about people just being more sexually fluent, that there is a third sex now. So we don't have to just make the choice of male or female. We could choose someone who's both, or switches it up. I mean, it sounds very confusing mentally. It is, because of the way biology teaches us, like XY chromosome, XX chromosome. Like, biology teaches us the difference between a man and a woman. But here we are.
Okay, so there's only one sex that can hold a child for the 9 months that it takes to bring a child into the world. And there's only one sex that can fertilize that egg. What does the third sex do?
That's a good question.
It could do either or. The third sex could maybe fertilize an egg or carry a child.
Okay, so
they're not called a
the
woman.
hermaphrodites. I know that's not a good word nowadays.
What do they call that now?
Be careful about the words. Is it the hermaphrodite you're talking about?
Yeah. That's what I heard. Growing up, that's what I thought it was.
I forgot.
I want to understand what you're saying. So you're saying there's a third sex that can do both. Are you talking about the person with both genitalia?
Yeah.
Well, Pakistan is calling them non-conforming trans or intersex gender identity.
Do they have both genitalia?
Trans doesn't necessarily have both genitalia, right?
So a trans person cannot carry.
You might be born with a vagina, but now you're transforming to have a penis.
You can't give sperm to nobody.
Yeah.
You said yet?
I'm gonna take the fifth on
this. You know they're working on it. I mean, we think GMO just is isolated to food. GMOs is gonna be humans too. They're gonna be genetically modifying babies, and who can give sperm?
Yeah.
Sperm is it?
Oh, which one?
Where did the sperm come from?
Judy and Brad, you talking about they sperm? There was a white man.
No, I'm saying in the GMO human, or whatever you talking about, the transgender human that can carry a baby and give sperm. Whose sperm is that?
Whoever that person is. So this person can be.
Yeah, where it come from? That's the question.
Their body.
Nah, ain't in the hell no. Wait a minute.
I can't.
So he said if she's correct, transgender is not about genitalia.
I don't think it is, but what I'm saying is that Toya said is going to be the third. I was saying that there's one sex that can carry a baby that has eggs. There's one sex that has the sperm and fertilize an egg, and she said there's a third sex, and I wanted to know what the third sex does. Does it carry the baby or fertilize? She said both. And I need to understand that.
Because the trans can be born a male, but identifies as a woman.
And he can get pregnant.
You see this trans person as a man, but it can carry a baby because it has a womb.
Whose eggs is it?
The trans.
Where did they get the eggs from?
From their uterus. So they have a uterus, but they identify as a man. You understand what I'm saying? That's what trans is.
Okay, so she's a woman, and she identifies as a man.
Right.
So she cannot fertilize an egg.
No.
Okay, so she's a woman that has identified as a man, and I think that's great. Whatever. I think it's wonderful. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But
Yeah.
you're a woman that identifies as a man, and
Yeah.
more power to you.
Well, Pakistan seems to be ahead of the game. I think it was in Ghana where they're like giving a death penalty for people who are gay now.
Yep.
I
I
don't
think
that's
that's the
fair.
wrong answer to it.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
think it's the
right.
wrong
That's not
answer.
going to fix the issue. You know
What's
that
the issue? What's the issue? You considering the
the
issue?
issue is that they feel like they should be happy with what God made them, but they're thinking that they're born in the wrong body and they have the wrong genitalia, whatever. And I get it. Maybe that's some past life type of shit. I don't know. Maybe in their past life they were a woman. So now in this new life, they're a man and they confused.
So we had a conversation, and I think you added to it by saying that you do know people that you've grown up with that maybe were male, but you knew that they had to be born the way
Yes,
they are because they acted more feminine, you know.
I know that for
So
sure.
when we talk about the trans community, that can be the same thing.
Yes, I'm okay with that. I
They,
don't care. They can be whoever they want to be. I do however, have a problem with Bruce Jenner identifying as a woman, whatever, okay. And then him being the woman of the year on the fucking magazine. You're not a fucking woman. You are a transgender woman, and that's fine. I think transgender woman should be you should identify as a transgender woman. You're not a woman. You're not.
that's why now, because all of these titles as for women are being hijacked, I'll say, women are calling themselves birthers now because we can't call
I'm
ourselves
not calling
women.
myself a fucking birther.
Yeah,
I'm a woman.
that we trying to, you know.
I'm not a nope. I'm not. No, I am what the fuck
And
God
that's
made
not
me.
even fair because there are women who are born with uterus, full blown women, but can't have children. You know what I'm saying? For
Okay,
whatever
well,
reason.
that wasn't they calling.
Right, but they can't. Are they birthers? You know what I'm saying? Like we have to keep.
They are birthers, but unfortunately, they miscarry them, and that's horrible. I feel bad for them.
But there are people who can call themselves women that don't have uteruses, so that's where, you know.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Denise says they feel like they were born in the wrong body with the wrong genitalia, you know.
And that's fine. That's fine. And you can be a trans woman, trans man. I love all of them. But
Yeah.
you cannot be a woman and you cannot speak for women. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have a menstruation every month. You don't have the PM. You don't none of that. Go sit down with all that. But you can be a trans woman, and I think that's great. And do you know that Bruce Jenner calls himself a lesbian? Bitch, you're not a lesbian. You're a cross-dressing man that like to cross-dress and still fuck women. I mean, what? Okay, I've had a lot of drinks. I'm sorry.
That's scary, y'all.
You said what it is, though. That's the world we live
I
in.
said what I said. If Bruce Jenner calls himself a lesbian, sir, you are not a
I have an
lesbian.
opinion about it that's probably not necessarily
Popular.
popular. Right. I'm trying to find the right word.
Man, fuck the right words. Is this not in your ear after dark?
But what I'm saying is how society looks at it. So I'm not trying to say it to be culturally correct, politically correct. I'm just saying, basically, I don't know. I just feel like you have to. It's like everything you say is offensive. Like it's something wrong with us
I ain't trying to
having
be
an opinion about something.
I'm just being
You know what I
real.
mean?
I love all the people, all the human beings. I love human beings, period. But sometimes they cross the line and you're not a woman. And so just call yourself a trans woman. And that's perfectly fine. And y'all need to play y'all trans sports. And I don't think biological men need to play in the women's sports because you are biologically a male, but play with the other transgender women. And I think that's great. I think it should just be a third, category.
Well, that's why I came back with the third sex, and Pakistan agrees. That's the third sex.
But it should be trans women and trans men. No problem.
That's what it is. Pakistan has a name for the third sex.
But you said the third sex can carry and fertilize the egg.
Okay, it says This is according to Pakistan. They have a third gender, officially defined as a third gender called hijra, which means non-conforming trans or intersex identity.
It's got to be 4 genders because it's got to be trans woman and trans men. It can't just be 3. The trans are not one people. There's trans women and there's trans men. Some men that feel like they were born in the wrong body and they're women, so you're a trans woman, and some women that were born and they feel like they should have been born a man, so they're trans men. It's 4 different people now.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And have your own sports and shit.
It's deep.
Yeah, because I do disagree with the men, however you label it, whatever the title is.
I hear echo.
I do disagree with them being able to participate in actual women's sports.
It's not right because they're biologically men and they're much stronger than regular women. Than biological women. They're stronger because they have testosterone, they have a dick and they have balls. I'm just saying, we don't have that.
Well, the testosterone is a factor, but keep in mind that a lot of these people who transition, there's an echo on your end, GB.
Okay.
The location, but those who actually are going through the transitional period of conforming whatever from man to woman, they take hormones, and so that testosterone is reduced. But that's the argument, that they don't have that same strength as a man.
That's not true.
Let me tell you something. I think it was Reese Cole, but I heard her say something that really I'm trying to just see. You still have an echo, but I heard Reese Colbert. I was listening to one of her shows on XM, and she made a strong argument. She said, "Y'all assume that just because you're a man, you're stronger than a woman." And so I put that in my mind, and I thought about some athletes. Think about a WNBA player, a woman WNBA player going up against UGB. She probably will dunk on you nonstop. And it's not because she a man, it's because she has a talent. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That it's not necessarily about, it's not necessarily about.
I think you got to go back in the backyard.
Yeah, back where you was at. Because you got an echo. We can't hear you at all. I hear me. So basically, what the point I'm trying to articulate is, she was saying that, we say that, men are stronger than women, but you put let's talk about a boxer, a MMA, woman MMA up against just the average Joe who work up the street at Popeyes. She probably will whoop his ass.
Yes, and that's an extraordinary situation. There are not many women who are boxers like that, like Layla Ali, who can fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? I can't just do, damn. She's like, oh,
right. You want to hear what you got to say? We don't need no
echo. A regular woman cannot beat a regular man. Like, we ain't talking about the MMA, the boxing, the WNBA, all of that. Those are extraordinary human beings that do shit for our entertainment that we love to watch every day. I'm talking about the man that work at that Popeye's chicken and the woman that work at that Church's chicken. He's gonna fuck her up. Period. They're just stronger than us. And I realized a long time ago that my husband be letting me win the fights sometimes. One time I couldn't pick this bike up in our garage, and it was really hard for me to do. And I was like, man, I'm having a hard time. He got that thing with 2 arms and just put it over there. And I was like, oh, he just be letting me win.
It's upper body strength. It's upper body strength.
You have that. And so any woman that think that they can
just, but so there's not a woman that you think can live more than your husband?
Yes, of course. Then she works at it. She works out. She goes to the gym. She works at that.
So she had to work at it. She just wasn't born
Yes,
with the
yes.
ability to be able
There
to.
is not just a regular Joe Schmo woman that can beat a regular Joe Schmo man unless he just was born in the wrong body or something. I don't know.
So I think she's asking the same question I'm asking.
Let me tell you like this. Bruce Jenner, right? He's a woman, right? He's a trans woman. He can go toe to toe with a man. He's a athlete and everything. He can go toe to toe. A regular woman can't really just go toe to toe with a man like that. And yes, I do think there are some regular women who have extraordinary strength. I believe that I am one of them that can, do some damage or whatever. But for the most part, no. Men are stronger than women.
Yeah, I just think it's food for thought, but I do have that mentality that, we are a little different based on the X and Y chromosome, and that we do testosterone. We do have strengths, different strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like a man, well, not that he's had the opportunity to prove himself, but a man can't push a 9-pound baby out. Like we have strengths that a man doesn't have. But like I said, he hasn't had the opportunity to prove himself, right? Because
100%. Yeah.
So, I just thought that was a thought-provoking comment that she made, just to say that basically at the end of the day, like we look at that as that being a determining factor. Like we can't incorporate y'all in the same sports because men are stronger than women. It's not going to be an equal playing field. But at the end of the day, there are some women out here who, are, like I said, a whoop a man's ass. You know what I'm saying? Not every man, but there are some, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if you still got the echo.
Oh, you're back outside. We back outside, baby.
So we're wrapping up. I didn't want to leave without talking about this. I did want to talk about it earlier, but I still want to talk about it now because, talking about hip hop, I am a hip hop head, even though I feel like I'm out of the loop now because I'm not as connected as I used to be, because I'm not really feeling the latest. Like there's a lot of good music. There are some new artists out there that, but I'm just so turned off from the style of hip hop that I don't even tap in the way I used to tap in. Like, like I could say hip hop raised me. I could mention people like Lauryn Hill, even Erykah Badu, who's not even a rapper per se, but I could say that certain, the culture raised me. But how I feel about it now is a little different. I feel like we gotten so far away from the message. We had this jewel of hip hop, and it was just so many different layers to it. And we just got away from the message that we started off with, how we use it as a resource drink. What's the drink? She said drink.
The drink word is drink. Every time y'all put drink in the thing,
we finally got a drink word when it's almost over. Ain't that something? Shout out to Denise who came up with the drink word at the end of the night. Okay, shout out to her. So let me get this drink word in here. But so I was saying about hip hop, but I wanted to talk about this because I do just feel a way about music today. And I feel like a lot of our youngsters, when I think about this drill rap, when I think about what we saying in music, and then you got people like T.I. along with other artists who are banding together to go like the West Coast, because you got the RICO laws and things like that, where they're trying to use music against, a lot of the artists now saying that you said this in your music, so we're going to use this against you in the courthouse. And I don't agree with that.
I don't.
But listening to Daddy O, he has a different opinion, and I just wanted to just share his perspective and then get your perspective. So I don't know if you guys know who Daddy O is. That's one of the OGs. Maybe I should put a number, what do you call it, a Roman numeral behind him, because I feel like he's older than me. So I'm an OG, but he an OG, like extra letters.
To the third power.
Yeah, he's known to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? New York based. Came out in 1981. He began his career as a lead member of the band Stetsasonic. He which included like Prince Paul. From Brooklyn, New York. He produced and remixed songs for musical acts like Mary J. Blige, Queen Latifah, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the B-52s, Jeffrey Osborne, Shantae Moore, Lil' Kim. So he has a resume. Like he comes from this. He has a history, and his music resonates with who he says he is as a person. So, he went on one of my shows that I listened to on Sirius XM Urban View, Clay Claim, and he gave his perspective on hip hop and what he thinks about, rappers nowadays, what they say, should they be held accountable for what they say and how that should play. And he gave his opinion. So I had the video, but when I was trying to upload it, it was said it might be a bug, and I got scared. So I was like, I don't want no bug. So I'm just going to play the audio. So I'm going to make sure it's loud enough so everybody can hear it. But this is takeaway, and then we'll just talk about what he has to say.
What do you think about this? Is especially happening in Atlanta, Georgia, with Young Thug. What do you think about hip hop artists, their lyrics being used against them in court cases? Their actual lyrics being used.
So I'm not one of those. I mean, they could shoot me, they could come at me. They know Daddy-O don't care. I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh, don't use their lyrics against them in court." Stand by what you say, bro. We grew up in a different. We grew up standing on our square and talking all that jazz. There's only one guy in that record promoting violence. His name is Daddy-O. And he reaches in his shirt and says, "You might even get hurt, my friend." Right? You don't even really notice it until you go back. But when I said that and I reached in my jacket, I'm not going to now say, "Oh, I didn't say that." No, I was talking about what I might pull out and you might get hurt. So I believe in standing on your square. If you want to be judged by it, don't say it. You're a rapper. You could rap about a million other things that ain't gonna hold you to the water. You know what I'm saying? But we're held, musicians, we're held at a different standard than actors. People like to use that example all the time. Oh, De Niro wasn't really a gangster in Goodfellas. Oh, Pacino wasn't really a gangster in The Godfather. But we're not actors. And people don't look at us as actors. And in most cases, the people that are our fans actually feel like they're being a fan of the real people. I have had people over the last 20 years, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the shoulder, but just say, "Man, I'm so glad you're a real dude, because I met some of my other heroes and they really disappointed me because what they said on their records and then the way they were in person, it just wasn't like that." Stand on your square. I do it. Chuck does it. NWA had to do it. Luke had to do it. You understand what I'm trying to say? They tried to take Luke to the cleaners. He didn't say, "Don't say it." He just, you understand what I'm trying to say? We all did it. We all did it. Like, we all did it. Yo, bro, I was on tour with Public Enemy for years. You don't want to know, man, how many times the cops bum rushed them. Crazy, right? For nothing. I'm talking about for nothing, bro. They ain't even really do nothing. But now all of a sudden they want to search buses in the back and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't know their history. Folks don't.
Yo,
yeah.
All Chuck and Griff said is search the bus.
Right.
Because we put all the guns on Ice-T's bus anyway.
So basically,
I'm a little confused at what he's saying, because I always knew that the rappers didn't really live that lifestyle, and I'm gonna tell you. Well, I'll say Tupac is one of my faves. Period, hands down. Period. Hit 'Em Up came out in 1996. That's coming up on 30 years. So they've been talking reckless for a long time. You can't just put this on these new rappers, because Hit 'Em Up was hardcore, deep, mom fofo, make sure all your kids don't grow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But I knew he wasn't serious about that. You know what I mean? I think now that the audience really truly believes that these rappers are going to do exactly what they say they're going to do. I think it's a difference in the audience's perception. Your thought?
you want me to go or you want to go?
I'll wait.
Well, I kind of agree with him to a degree, because I am an OG and I come from that era where, we did the hip hop it was more like a gist, right? We was playing the dozens at first, right? Where we would say certain
Yeah.
things, your mama this, and da da da, and I take your girl, and yeah, I'm so strong, I throw your house on the ground or whatever. You know, it was
No,
more.
I know Tupac was serious. I do know that.
It was metaphors. It was exaggeration, but it was to paint a picture in your mind. And it wasn't always violent to the degree of homicide or serial killers or mass murdering or just literally just taking somebody's life because you just didn't like them. And so when I listen to a lot of music, like drill music, things like that, you know, it's like that's real. Like they really talking about what they're gonna do in real time.
Yeah.
Then you have people that's just talking because they think being hard is the business, right? So people respect them because they did time. You know what I'm saying? They got street cred because they robbing and they killing, or they will rob or kill. And so it's like you influencing people who are listening to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that you think about the way that the brain is set up. What do they call it? The cerebral cortex.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for the male, you know, at age 25, say it again.
Oh, go ahead.
When your brain fully develops. So
Yeah.
before 25, you still building and growing and developing that brain. So a lot of the things when I talked about Freaknik and being in the 20s and just having my best time, I wasn't thinking about life insurance and AARP and, you know,
Yeah.
actions and reactions. I was just having a good time. All my fights was in my 20s. So let that tell you. You know, I stopped fighting in my 30s and 40s, I think. I mean, I fight, but I'm just saying, ironically, all my fights was in my 20s. So
you ain't no killer, but don't push you.
Don't push me. You know what I'm saying? But the thing, you start thinking more and you start using your cognitive skills and you've had experience. But these kids that are listening to this, they want to be like that, just like Scarface. You wanted to be that, you know, da 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 da. Now, I don't think it's fair. These RICO laws, I don't think it's fair. But
Right.
my mama mentality says, yeah, wag my finger and hold them accountable. So maybe they'll back away from that type of conversation that they're having.
We've been talking about this shit though. The rappers been talking about this shit even back in Daddy-O days. I'm just saying
they were really doing it. So at the end of the day, like you pull up on them, you can't be mad if you get locked up for it. These kids now, they saying it
and doing it
or not.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that the rap, I think if more parents talk to their children, and here we go back to the parents, GB.
Yeah.
I told my son a long time ago, they not really like this. They just, it's like an actor. I told them this a long time ago. You know, they don't go out there killing these people and doing all these things that they're saying they're doing. They're just, it's opera of the mind. You know what I mean? It's theater of the mind.
Yeah.
And you think about these things and it's kind of like a movie, but they're not actually doing these things. And I think the parents need to educate their children that these rappers are not necessarily doing the things that they're saying they're doing. They're just characters. These are characters in their minds that they're, you know.
I just feel like they're derivatives from people like Tupac, because they look back at Tupac and Biggie and say they got killed off this. You know what I'm saying? And they want to live up to that legacy, even though we lived it and we experienced it and we realize that that is not the way to go, because we see what happens. People die young. So these kids aren't seeing it. They just they look at it like, oh, I want to have that same legacy. So every time you turn on the news, some 20-year-old up and coming rapper is being killed because he's talking and saying, you know, he woofing at people, and then people see him in the street and they hold him accountable to what he said, true or false.
Yeah. And I do think that Hit 'Em Up has contributed to some people's deaths. I do. But I knew he wouldn't do that. I knew the relationship that he had with Biggie. I knew they were actually friends.
Yeah.
But, you know, some beef, you know, came up or whatever, and I understood, me personally, that Suge had an influence in his life that kind of tipped him over the edge.
Yeah,
I do think he was serious about the shit he was saying, but it shouldn't influence other people to go out there and really do that shit.
Yeah. So Denise is saying that, you know, she, you know, was agreeing, basically saying that, rapping about a life that ain't really living. They are really just living what they rapped about back in the day. Will Smith wasn't rapping about killing people. That he was rapping about his 2-parent household and how they didn't understand. He was like, she's it's just a
Yes,
bit.
Tupac was serious. I know. I felt it. You felt it in your spirit that Tupac was serious about what he was saying about the fofo and the kids
Right.
going and stuff.
Uh, so first of all, I want to say, shout out Pop for sure.
Yeah.
That's my dog. That's my
Your
unofficial big.
fellow Gemini.
Yeah, definitely for sure. That's my unofficial big brother. In case none of y'all knew it, yeah. But I literally took all of his advice. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna say it like that.
Damn.
But I'm gonna say
good.
what? Say what?
All of it wasn't good.
All of it wasn't good, but it was better the advice. It was better than the advice I was receiving on the avenues I traveled through. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
And I would have to tell Cat, no man, my mama, my OG, and my uncles and my aunties already laced me up. Like I got really good game, and plus I got this pocket in my ear, so y'all can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? So I felt like I was already ahead of my time, amongst my peers, even those 5-10 years older than me. I was like, nah, you're not cutting it. Anyways, that's past tense. But I'm gonna say it's with Daddy O, right? That's
the topic.
I really, really, really disagree with what he's saying.
Okay.
I agree with it way on some other shit, but what I disagree with is you telling someone who's been accused of a crime, you telling this person admit your guilt. Motherfuckers, nigga, what part of retard is you related to? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
You can't use the R word no more.
He said, "What part of retarded?"
It's offensive to the disability community.
Yeah, well, I put it like this. I got over niggas, so they need to get over that shit.
Hey, you owe me $5.
I got $10 for you. As soon as I get my check. Then I'm gonna need to borrow. Then I'm gonna need to borrow 5 of that. So, but I disagree. Like, what do you? Yeah, but it's like, so I did want to say that too. Like, as far as words, man, like in real life, we trying to get to it. We're trying to get to whatever our vision of success is, right? And all somebody got to do is call you a bitch, or the real word is a nigga, right? And so let's just use it from where we sit right now as parents, as grandparents, some of us, right? And boom, then your kids who are adult or your grandkids come see you in jail or in prison, and they'd be like, "Well, why you in here?" Well, man, that motherfucker called me a nigga.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for real. And then they looking like, but you telling them, hey, be good in school, stay focused, don't listen to that bullshit. It's good that you make all A's. You know what I mean? Then you telling your kids who now they work jobs because they're adults. And you telling your kids, hey, it's a lot of bullshit you're gonna experience at work. Just tough through it. You know you're smarter than most of these motherfuckers. You know enough about how this operation work to tell your manager what to do, and the manager know that you ain't shit without him. But just do what you need to do. But somebody call you a nigga at 7-Eleven, and then you go, wow, you whoop their ass with the whole Slurpees machine.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, it's like, nah, man, you gotta pick your battles, because like you waiting to check out at Black Friday, you got $1,500 worth of merchandise, and now you got to spend that $1,500 on merchandise on bail money because somebody called you a nigga while you was in line.
Let me. If I put one word out there, that somebody pointed out to me.
Yeah.
And I took it wholeheartedly because I looked it up and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it's a real thing. Emotional intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily respond the way that you want to every single time, You know,
Right.
sometimes you gotta really digest this shit, think about this shit, think about the consequences, think about the, thing. If you do A, then what? If you do B, then what? If
Right.
you do C, then
Yeah.
what? You really
Right.
have to think about that shit. So emotional intelligence is real.
Emotionally
You know?
intelligence.
and
So
and and you got to think about it, and you got to do what's right.
yeah. So and then it seemed like our generation, and I say our meaning I'm amongst my peers right now. So it seemed like our generation, like for real, in real life, we were geared to just take flight on words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we fighting over crip, blood, cuz, blood.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
We fighting over dumb shit. Oh, bitch. Oh, light skin, dark skin. Oh, we fighting over really dumb shit, right?
yeah.
And when I say dumb shit, like a lot of people lost their lives over dumb shit, over words, right?
100%.
Fuck a color, motherfuckers lost their lives over words, man, over words. And so if you really think about it, somebody doing 40 years to life, they ain't never
Over
coming
one
home
word.
over a word. You be like, homie, what you in here for? Oh man, that motherfucker called me a crab. Nigga, what? For
But
real, for
that
real, for
person
real?
probably under 25, and why the
Right. But so
you
that's
gonna talk
why
about your
But
ass.
that's why the
again,
OGs got to step
that's
in.
again, that's what, here we go. So someone referred to you as an OG. That means you are
Got
charged
some knowledge.
with the responsibility to protect what you got. But as you facilitate, when you communicate,
Yeah.
you definitely got to be talking about some shit. You
Right,
definitely got to be getting your message across. You
right.
definitely got to be saying some shit, not just go get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. Yeah, it's gonna get the bag. How you gonna get it? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Motherfuckers can't even fill out a resume. You understand what I'm saying? But I know that's way off subject. But I'm just saying, like a lot of people from our generation, we were part of a really violent, self-destructive, and a deadly culture. And I'm gonna say I was up there. I was a participant. I can't deny that. I was part of that dumb shit. Right? You
Mm-hmm.
tripping over a name. You tripping over uh, uh, vocabulary. You see what I'm saying? Like for real. I mean, that's what it is. We really tripping over what somebody said about you. We supposed to be kings and queens, but you tripping off a motherfucker said you was a jester, you a clown.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I refuse to prove a motherfucker right trying to prove him wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I refuse to prove a motherfucker right just trying to prove him wrong.
That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying? But that's where I am now in my
Right.
40s. Back then, man,
That's
you
that OG
couldn't.
talk.
Yeah. Back then, you couldn't tell me shit. I'm like, huh? I'm like, deaf. Then you gotta throw gang signs. You gotta throw sign language to me for me to understand that shit. Cause it's like, nah, you couldn't tell me that back then.
Yeah, yeah. You want
So
language.
yeah. So I want to say so as far as what Daddy O was saying, I think that's like a hell no times two. It's
No.
like, no, we up against it right now. You trying to take it to the box. And you motherfucking right, I'm not finna admit to nothing I said. I don't care if I recorded it. I'm not gonna admit to that. You see what I'm saying? Right now, whether I'm having a moment of clarity, it's a come to Jesus or whatever it may be. But no, unless God tell me himself, hey, you need to admit to that and right your wrongs or whatever. I'm not gonna admit to that and put having people put me on a motherfucking space shuttle and y'all never see my
That
kids no more.
part.
No, I'm
Yeah.
finna fight it. I'm finna fight it. Even if I said it, I'm gonna say, "Hey, man, I made that up." But they be like, "Well,
Right.
you did this. We have records. You did this. We did this,
That's
motherfucker. I
storytelling.
made that. I made it up. I was being creative."
You got
But
You see what I'm
my
ghostwriters.
saying?
thing is, the blues and country music, they say some shit too.
What they say
Yeah.
in country music? I'm just sure.
Are you fucking
Oh,
kidding me?
it get
Country
real.
music
Yeah.
is pretty much like the blues.
They be talking about killing their wives.
Yes, hell yeah.
That's all I could think of. They was
Burn the whole motherfucking cabin down.
Yeah.
Just sitting the motherfucker in there with Billy Bob. Hell
Right.
yeah.
Right. So what I would suggest to this new music, and I can't lie. You know what I mean? Like our generation, we set the bar so high by and I would literally give it to Tupac for living a lot of what he was talking about. he was going through the experiences. He was going to jail. He had a lot of the experiences he was talking about. So people after him and even his peers figured, oh shit, I need to get in some kind of trouble to create some kind of buzz around my album. I need to create some kind of buzz around, I need to add some validity to my vocals. You know what I mean? Because motherfuckers ain't believing it. They believe in this dude, right? This bald head cat with the rag on his head.
Yeah.
And he actually has a track record to prove it, unfortunately. So he set the bar high for us as fans. Because if you look a generation before him, like Ice Cube and Eazy-E, nobody riding around doing all the stuff they were saying. You know what I mean? They were making it up. They were being really creative.
No.
Huh?
I
Say
mean,
what?
they were saying, here's a little something about like me. Never should have
Right.
been let out the
Right.
penitentiary.
But that's what I'm saying.
In their lives.
But my
It was a
whole
story.
point
It
is,
wasn't about him.
right? It was a story.
Ghetto tales.
It was gangster shit without the handkerchief. You see what I'm saying? It's like, no, you can't tie me to no criminal organization. You know what I mean? I'm just a school kid who's very creative, and I see shit around my neighborhood, and I embellish shit.
Yeah.
I'm really good upstairs, so I know how to put that shit on paper, and all y'all believe that shit. You know what I mean? So they made a killing.
I wrote from my heart. Like I do
Right,
understand the metaphors and that,
So-
but I did write in relation to what I was experiencing.
Right. So I also want to add this. Before video, there was audio, right? So in my opinion, audio is still like it's superior in comparison to the visuals. You understand what I'm saying? Because like how you say a book is always better than a movie. You know why? Because in that book, you're hearing it in your mind, whether you so it's going through your brain, and then you read out loud, so it's going through your ears. It's always better than a movie because it's more descriptive, right? Am I right? I ain't read too many books, but I'm just saying that's what I heard, right? So audio, in my opinion, audio is more powerful than video. And I say that to say this, that of course, when you match the two up, no, we're not watching the black and white movies anymore with the caption at the bottom, right? We're watching full productions, a lot of CGI, a lot of explosions and all that other crazy shit. But if someone was to just explain it to you with black screen and be really descriptive as for the narrator, you'd probably be more captivated, right? So now watch this. When it comes to audio video, when it comes to audio video, we know who making the movies, right? We know the Stephen Kings and the Spielbergs, they got that on lock, right? But when it comes to audio, it's a lot of people that's being really creative, that's moving the masses. They doing numbers with audio, right?
Yeah.
That's music. You can't out of 10 commercials that you watch, 9 commercials gonna have something from the culture in the background as far as music. Instrumentals in the back of the commercial, and they can be selling you allergy medicine. It don't matter. It's gonna be some type of hip hop or culture related to sell you whatever it is. They trying to get your attention with this commercial, and it's audio, right?
Yeah.
We know who got the video movies sold up. We focused on audio, right? So who's moving the audio now? People that like they probably got eye complexion, right? Somewhere in between, right? The faces, the people behind it, the executives, they may look a little different, right? They may be from another descent, but us, we move shit like U-Haul, right? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So of course we're gonna be under much more scrutiny because we competitors. Why would you trip off somebody who they ain't doing numbers like you? Like, oh, they ain't doing shit. But when you start seeing people, they're doing movie numbers with music.
That's why
now it's like, oh shit.
Motherfuckers and have our own shit.
Now it's like, let me give ear to what they're talking about. So not only do we have the attention they had for the last 30 years, It's going to play out in like 5 years, right? Then they look up. Then they look up and they realize, oh shit, my daughter knows this song, right?
And that's
And
the
then they
problem. Once
realize,
they come of age and they realize all the stuff they was calling women and all
yeah,
the stuff they don't want their daughters to hear.
yeah,
That is a fact. Like, that's
right,
what I'm saying. This maturity, how your brain has to finish
right.
developing. You don't really understand the damage that you're doing. Forgive them, Father, because they know not what they do.
That's why they all had daughters.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
all they have,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, because sometimes humiliation creates humility. I mean, but that's another story.
Hopefully,
But what I'm getting at is,
humiliation creates humility. I like that.
yeah. So we become competitors, right? We become competitors of those who thought they had everything on lock. Now we move the masses. We tell their kids our truth. So now all of a sudden it's a felony to teach our truth in school,
In the
right?
school.
So when you think
Shout
about
out
that,
to Florida, fake
yeah.
ass.
So when you think about that, of course they're gonna look at people who are representing a certain lifestyle, and then because from what I learned through my own experiences, anytime a group of 3 or more people from a certain area that wear a certain color put a title on whatever their group is, that is considered a criminal organization if they commit felonies, right? So if you have this rapper,
What
somebody
about
who's,
the red, white, and blue
I
that
mean, come on,
commit shit in,
they
more than
they
3 of them
they relatives though, so
trucks and stuff?
they're relatives. They're not finna. They're not finna.
I think we
They're
should
not.
flip Florida off of the U.S. and let them be their own country, their
Right.
own racist ass country, and all the black people in Florida need to move the fuck away from there.
So let me finish with this real quick. So to bring it back around, now that we have an idea of, okay, music moves shit, right?
Yeah.
Music is everywhere. Music is a controller shit, and it's competing with movies, right? That's why we don't get the same leniency. That's I'm saying we as our ethnicity and as artists, we don't get the same leniency as Arnold Schwarzenegger or Bruce Willis or Stallone, right? It's because we held to a higher standard. You know why? Because music is more, it resonates more than movies. You see what I'm saying? It resonates more than movies. You feel where I'm coming from? And there are more successful people doing music. Oh, hold on. There are more successful people that look like us doing music, doing numbers that resonate with the masses more than the movies, if that makes sense to y'all. So of course they're gonna look at somebody like Young Thug and say, we finna stick it to your ass. We finna stick it to you because we can't have your kind talking about what you're doing on this level way up here and being so successful, and you're talking about plausible crimes, right? Crimes that actually happen, but you might reword them. I challenge these new artists, hey bro, just be more creative. You know what I mean? Don't give them an exact detail of what street you turned down and what SUV you was in and what heat you had and who was in the car with you. Bro, you telling on everybody.
Right.
Everybody
You
going to
doing
jail.
too
You the only
much.
one with bail money. You're doing
You're
too
doing
much.
too much.
Doing too much.
I say
So
we
and
all
they want clout. They want the clout too. I want to say this too real quick, right? So the way clout works and the way street cred works, right? Watch the trick in that shit. The way it works is, hey homie, where you from? What you been? What's your name? Ranking military? What you about? What you done been through? What you done did? Damn, I got, in order for them to respect me, I have to implicate myself.
Yeah.
I have to implicate myself in, oh, you know what? I robbed that cab driver at Walmart, right?
Yeah, and we need
So
to start. We need to start doing. We need to start doing more at what have you done for your community to uplift
right.
your community. need to get back there.
But I know, but I just want to show you. I just want to show you why it's a trick of I want to share with y'all why it's a trick of the enemy, though, right? Because now this person has implicated themselves in various crimes, trying to be accepted by a group of people, and now he just admitted to 7 other people of a crime that he committed, and now this is 7 witnesses witnessing your ass on the space shuttle.
No, for real.
It's crazy,
right.
man.
And we need to do better. Everybody
We got to do better.
All of our descendants, all of our children, all of our children's children should know what COINTELPRO is. Should know that these motherfuckers put people in our establishments to get information to basically trick us into conforming. You know what I mean? Like you gotta know. A lot of people don't even know, even our age don't even know what COINTELPRO is. That's fucking crazy to me. That people don't know what that shit is. These motherfuckers is full of fuckery and trickery. And I've had a lot to drink, and I'm gonna stop talking because
we're getting close to the wrap up, so don't worry about it.
All I'm saying is you can't trust every motherfucking body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably need to wrap it up. Listen, I just know that, you know, I get my excuse me. Listen, because I told somebody specifically to be quiet while I was doing my podcast, and they're not. So I kind of feel like just a minute, just hold on a minute.
You was doing a robot. Wasn't she just doing a robot while I was talking?
You was cutting out and shit.
Oh.
Yo, you was freezing and all kind of shit.
And that's that digital display I was talking about earlier.
Listen,
yeah.
People, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to tell them, like, you can't be talking while I'm doing a podcast, like in real life.
And nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the fuck up.
That part, all of that, what he said. Now I forgot what I said because people laugh and don't tell him what he up there watching. He ain't watching us.
Listen, we all got to get on the same page. We all got to get on the same page. It's us. It's all we motherfucking got. And I've been saying that for years. We are all we got.
Yeah.
And we
have
it's
a lot going on.
Oh shit.
What
the fuck? Okay, I don't know what's going on over there, but we all each other. Okay, there you go. You back. She's back.
And she was yelling at her badass kids, and she get back on the phone talking regular.
Yeah, you got your customer service voice. You know what I'm saying? They just playing with me.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I was trying to say was, before I was rudely interrupted, is, you know, we haven't done this in a while, but now I get an itch. I'll be like, dang, I want to talk about so many things that's going on in the world. And I know you guys want to, you know, I know that I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. And people love this after dark. Like, they be like, yeah, that after dark, you know, they want to hear what we have to say, unfiltered, you know, raw, just coming.
There's no cuss jar in after dark.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just going to say what we got to say. But, you know, I call it intellectual comedy because, you know, we're going to come with some facts. We're going to come with some information. But we also going to laugh about it because you got to laugh to keep from crying. You know, at the end of the day, what's going on? It's a lot going on. We just trying to get through, right? So, you know, we do our best to get through. And I just, you know, that's what it's all about. So, you know, every once in a while, I don't like to, you know, commit to it because it's just, like I said, it's a lot going on. But I felt like it was time for us to get back. And I know that those who rock with us, they were looking forward to us being here. So I want to thank y'all. Y'all my day ones too in the chat, you know, that follow us, that always ask about what we up to and when we going to do it. It's about time we came back or whatever. So, you know, I appreciate y'all and love y'all. And of course, my day ones, you know, Mr. Banks, Mr. Trish, you know,
we love you back
here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This
is us. You know what I'm saying? This is us. You know, we are the voices in our community. We have our opinions. We don't always agree on everything. We have different perspectives. And that's important. You know what I'm saying? We're not a monolith. We have to have different perspectives because people need to understand that in our culture, we don't all think the same. Like, we might have been raised similar, you know, cut from a certain, you know, that certain cloth, but we also have different threads. And it all comes
I also think, excuse me.
Request for a weekly.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. I heard the weekly request. I also think, like you said, we're not a monolith, and we're as the culture in general, as people in general, we evolve. You know what I mean? So like we were just discussing, we don't think the same that we were thinking 30 years ago.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean? Unless you were just on some Star Trek shit. Unless you was on Star Trek way back then, okay, cool. But no, man, you grow. You know what I mean? You gotta live and learn so you can learn to live. It's real
yeah.
life. It's just how
You
it
gotta
goes.
live and learn so you can learn to live. Amen to that. That
Yeah.
is a fact. That is a
So
fact. And those are some jewels that we got to take with us. So that's what I'm here for. I love to laugh. Y'all know that I do my little corny
yeah,
jokes. I'm silly as ever, but I enjoy. I'm an activist in my heart and my spirit. In my spirit, I'm an activist. I don't know no other way to be. When I see stuff going wrong, I'm a fight. I just gotta throw this in here. Y'all ever seen American Hustle?
no, I don't think I ever saw it.
So watch American Hustle. The one girl in there, his little girlfriend. She always have her nails red. And she be smelling them. She said a polish smells good, and she thinks he loves it. So when they break up, she give him the polish and everything. She like, I know you love the smells, and she gives it to him. He throw it away when she leave. But whenever I paint my nails red, I think about American Hustle. Now, whenever y'all watch that, y'all gonna think about me. Yes, I'm random.
Hilarious.
I was gonna say that was like hella. That was hella random right there. I
It's
don't
after
know what.
dark. It's after dark, and I
I don't
want
know
to.
what's in your cup.
I need to dedicate this to my brother Reese Cup, who transitioned on this day 2 years ago. I love and miss him. I just can't believe he gone, but never forgotten, here in spirit. Because one
Right.
of my other brothers told me that he would watch my daytime in your radio show, and he'd be like, yeah, she be talking, yeah, but I need to see the real deal. He want to see that behind the scenes, because if you're around me, I'm rugged and raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a chip of who I am, right? Because you can't just let people see all of who you are. But I just thought about that and laughed when he would watch my daytime after dark.
Yeah.
In your radio, he teased that. Yeah, I need you to get gritty. So the after dark is dedicated to him, because I know this is a side of me that he likes to see, because this is a side of
Yeah.
me a lot of people get to see when I just let loose and just say whatever and just be silly, because that's just who I am. But there's so many different
Love it.
facets to me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so many different facets. I just lost my earring. Yeah. And, I just enjoy doing this with y'all, and I'm glad that y'all took some time out of your day to hang out tonight. All of you in the chat, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
hanging
the chat was cracking too.
out.
Yeah, the chat was.
The chat, we appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all got some takeaways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's up. So I had a good time with y'all. And
Yeah.
so what Denise said, she want to do this weekly. That's my manager. Actually, y'all don't know that though. That's my manager. So yeah. So what y'all want to say before we
Hey,
get out of here?
tell Denise she should host it because they got the bar in the house.
She's
Like they got a real bar in the house.
Their bar is always open. It's
Yeah, I like that.
no
And
matter
And I'm
what
a
time.
so
what
we
day,
get live at
it's
Denise's house.
always
That's what you
open.
saying?
yeah. Hey, cause I always got some singles ready to mingle. I'm always on deck like a
Let's do
sailor.
an
Yeah.
after dark at the always
Yeah.
open bar.
Yeah.
Yep, I called it.
Yeah.
It's happening next
I
time
like
we're
that.
at the bar.
Okay. At the bar? Okay. So
Yep.
we're gonna be live. We gotta figure out how to do all of
Live
that.
at the bar. LeBron gonna help us.
I planned this. Then somebody, I ain't gonna say who it is, but he's one of the co-hosts tonight. He made plans to hang out with somebody else. So they yeah, old boy hanging out with me. I said, he's on a flyer. He can't hang out with me. He's on that flyer.
He on contract.
Yeah, he on a flyer. What the hell? How y'all hanging out?
Hey, I'm always congregate without the collection plate. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, my bladder
Yeah.
is saying that I'm done.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
So
sorry.
say your words so we can get up out of here.
I love y'all. We all we got. Listen, just listen. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
That's right.
In the words of my brother, Malcolm X.
All right, what you got to say before we get up out of here, Mr. Banks?
Hey, progress is a process. Hey, just be patient, persistent. Stay at it.
That's what you got to say. Progress.
I do. Yeah.
What say you, Miss Toya?
Yep. I just again thank
She
y'all.
reading it. Look, she reading that shit.
I was gonna close out with a corny joke, but anyway, I did one earlier, so y'all go back, rewind the tape.
Hey, she reading that.
And watch American Hustle and think of me when she be smelling her nails.
Oh my God.
I know you
Hey, I
like
love y'all. Hey, yo.
Love y'all.
Cheers.
Shout out to Reese. Yeah.
Cheers. Rest in
Yeah,
peace,
for
Reese.
sure.
All right.
Good night, y'all.